interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
I'ma go cook some curry. Nothing but the rush and hurry. Curry sucks at nobody. Party says don't you worry. Curry gang, curry gang, curry gang, curry gang, curry gang, curry gang, curry gang.
Don't be fooled by the internet. It's cool to get on the computer, but don't let the computer get on you. It's cool to use the computer. Don't let the computer use you. You all saw The Matrix. There's a war going on. The battlefield's in the mind. The prize is the soul.
What up, y'all? We on the late night.
What in the hell is going on up in here?
They got the late night.
Y'all see the grind, right? It never stops.
What's going on, y'all?
Y'all understand? Y'all see how we work? The grind never stops, man.
Yep. So what's going on, y'all? What's going on up in here? You know, we're going to get into this situation, y'all.
So please smash that like button if y'all haven't already. And you know what, man? We're going to get up in this, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to the mods. I see you, 3%.
Yo,
J Baby. Yep. Shout out to the mods, man. Shout out to the members. Shout out to the A1s.
Shout out to the chat.
I see you, Melanie Jones.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
What's going on, family? What's going on with y'all? Y'all know we had to come on here.
D Lovely, I see you.
Shout out to the third shifters up in here. You know what I mean?
Yo, you know what I feel like, JR? You know what I feel like? I feel like we got more female subscribers than males on our main channel.
Yeah, we do.
That's what I feel like. Yeah, a lot more. A hell of a lot more. Like the ratio is like getting wider and wider.
And it's all good.
Oh yeah.
It's all to the good side.
Oh yeah, I ain't gotta put a pause at the end of that either.
Nah, no. It is all good to the good side.
But yeah, man, we about to get up in this, man. Y'all know it never stops. The gossip never stops.
The education never stops. The awareness never stops.
Because we got to bring awareness to stuff behind the gossip. You know what I mean? A lot of times we all just look at stuff face value. So we got to examine things on all different angles, whatever you want to call it. Angels or angles.
Come on and make sure y'all hit that like button on the way in.
It's just different spectrums of light, y'all. That's all it is. So that just means you're seeing things clearer from different perspectives. So let's get into this, man. There's a lot of rumors going around saying, Jay-Z's been a part of the cult for years, and people saying that's how he got into his high position. You know what I'm saying? They say basically he screwed over Dame Dash and his other business partners. Basically took over Def Jam, outworked and basically crept his way into streaming and got the Live Nation and turned that into Rock Nation and whatever, man. And they saying him and Beyonce, they saying he like Ike to Beyonce. There's rumors going around that he keeps her drugged up. Now, this is all alleged, man. We can't confirm or deny any information, but that is the talk.
So
And
yeah, so you know,
we
yeah,
can't confirm or deny any of it. Just know that.
yeah. So Pharrell did a from the past week over the past weekend. Pharrell did a Louis Vuitton fashion show, and we already know the fashion shows is used to communicate. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Communicate amongst the you know the so-called elites. You know what I'm saying? You know they use symbolism. They use fashion
Mm-hmm.
as a symbolism to basically communicate. So you know every fashion show, you know the symbolism down to the clothes they wear is the symbolism, and it's
Mm-hmm.
all about where the direction they're taking the masses, the society.
True.
You know what I mean? So you already know the celebrities is always used as a symbol. So you got Louis Vuitton being the sponsor. You know what I mean? Basically being the sponsor of this new wave that's coming in, this new power structure that's being implemented into society. So that's the whole financial thing, the whole religion thing, all that's tied into that. Now, you know, over the years we've been hearing one world religion, one world government, but you know what I'm saying, we basically gonna show you what all that symbolizes and what they're
and
taking the
and it's
direction.
and it seems like they want to militarize everything. I mean, it's always been like that. I mean,
Yeah,
we just more aware of it. You know what I mean? Because
yeah,
we always been into the military industrial complex. Like
right.
this country have always been dealing in war. War is a big business. They've been making trillions of dollars off wars. They fund both sides. They take out huge insurance policies. They
Yes,
create these big weapons and they sell them for mass amount of money. And they use
yes,
government dollars to fund it through our tax dollars to fund our money through all of that. All these weird black operations. All this stuff is constantly going on. But they say it's for the greater good, and we just supposed to trust them.
yeah.
I mean, that's basically what it boils down to. I
Hmm.
mean, you could trust them if you want. We can't confirm or deny it's for the greater good because they keep us in the dark with majority of everything. But when you look at the surface level of everything, it do not look like it's for the greater good. I mean, just look around you.
We explained to you that these are cancer cells that's running this you know what I mean, this basically this I would call them psyop operation, uh
Yeah.
spiritual psyop operations that's that's geared toward more towards distracting you from your spiritual self, your higher self. You know what I'm saying? These are basically just distractions.
But you know what though, Jr. It's truth in the rituals that they do. It's just
Yeah,
that they
yeah,
twist them. Just like religion do. Like you
yeah,
got the sick and twisted occult realm and people who twist the occult scriptures around, and then you got the people on the other side who's overly religious and they twist that. Those are two extremes, and both of those extremes lead to calamity.
yeah.
Both extremes. Both extremes lead to calamity. Whether
No
it's
doubt.
you extremely loose or extremely conservative, they both lead to the same road, destruction. That's why the middle path, that's what Buddhism teaches, the middle path, and actually that's what Christ teach.
Yeah, the
The
Christ.
way.
Yeah,
The way is that's why he was the one in the middle on the cross. You had two people beside him. You had the
the
left hand
murder and the
path
thief.
and the right. Yup, the left hand path and the right hand path. Left hand path murder, right hand path thief. You know what I'm saying? And then you got the Christ in the middle. Boom, balance right there.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So it's extreme. It's extreme on both sides. I don't f with either side. You got people who twist the occult stuff and they twist up they start saying names like a Lester Crawley and they start naming all these occultists that they don't know nothing about. And a lot of those occultists just got dirt thrown on their name like every other celebrity out here, and they make up all these stories, and a lot of the stories ain't even true. Yo, they was doing the same thing then that they're doing now. Like y'all don't even understand
we don't give
how
them
they
no power.
twist everything.
We don't give
Everything is
yeah.
twisted.
We don't give it no power. We don't give
We don't give
no
none of it
power
no
to that
power.
Alex Crowley and all these people they be
Yeah,
naming.
all that, and
Even-
their
yeah.
image was twisted, cause a lot of them ain't even do half the stuff that people claim they did.
Can't confirm or deny. And even if they did,
Man,
even if
yo,
they
I'm
did,
trying to
it don't
tell you,
even matter.
it's
That ain't even
stories, man.
yeah, it ain't even
That some people make up with some of these things is go extreme, and you know why they
don't,
do it.
yeah, and
They
it
do it
don't
for
even
the clicks
matter.
and the views. And back then it was the newspaper stand,
And the thing about it, we don't even care.
tabloids.
We don't even care what them niggas did because it don't even matter to the grand scheme of things of what we, you know what I'm saying, what's going on.
And some of the stuff they did do. You know what I'm saying? But we can't confirm or deny the stuff they did or the stuff they didn't do. So all we could go by is all the confusion that they keep putting out here, all the propaganda. You know what I'm saying? But there's a seed in truth in everything that's out here, though. You just gotta listen and you can decipher through it. Because the stuff that these people is hold on. Hold up. Hold up.
Don't even do it because
real quick.
don't even let nobody distract you from the middle of your what you was talking about. Don't even let nobody distract.
Buddy, there's other channels out there you can get to.
But anyway,
you can get to that topic probably faster than us. Go check them out. The exit is that way.
We are on topic, so I ain't
click
even
the X.
about that.
But anyway,
yeah, because
they just too slow to catch up to what we talking about.
So on the grand scheme of things, this what we talking about now is how, you know what I mean, basically the paradigm shift and who's trying to take control over the financial system, the religion sector, and how they trying to basically merge all these shits into one.
Yeah.
So they can try to control it. So the 1% try to control the work, you know what I mean, the masses through religion and through the financial system. It's nothing new.
But listen though, they know that it's happening anyway. It's happening naturally, but they're trying to control it in a way to where they can still be in control, but it's still happening because they can't stop it because we all gonna merge. That always happens. Y'all gotta understand this earth is just an experiment. They put different cultures inside of a petri dish called Earth and mix them together, and all the cultures merge together and create one culture. That's an experiment. Earth is an experiment. Let us create man in our image. That's a laboratory, a spiritual laboratory where they messing with spiritual things and elemental things and mixing it together. All right. So just know that's what's going on out here.
So we have Jay-Z here at the Pharrell fashion show, right? And basically we know these guys is always being used as a symbol. You know what I mean? As a symbol, basically to communicate between the so-called elites and the masses. These are the go-between people right here. So you have a Louis Vuitton fashion show event, and they basically showing you the symbolism of what's to come or what's taking place now. As you see, Pharrell is dressed in a military camouflage Louis Vuitton. And keep in mind, this is a Louis Vuitton event where he's the host.
To the second slide.
Yeah, I'm about to go to it.
Joint. Go to the second slide because he hangs the symbol up.
And then Jay-Z, on the other hand, has the leather Louis Vuitton jacket on. Right here, he has the sun in the back, which represents the Baha'i faith, which the implementing the one world religion, New World Order. We say, everybody used to throw around the New World Order or whatever. But as you see, Jay-Z got the symbolism on the back of his jacket, and this is sponsored by Louis Vuitton, of course. Once again, the symbolism that they use to communicate. All you have to do is look up the origins of the symbols. That's it. And of course, they use the sun and everything. They use the sun because the sun is what drives the energy on this planet.
Yeah, the nucleus.
You know what I'm saying?
The sun is the nucleus.
And we represent the sun people.
The black sun.
Exactly.
The Nazis used to use.
Yeah.
They used one of their symbols was the black sun, and that's literally our symbol.
So you
And,
got
and it's just a
yeah,
symbol to just remind us who and what we are. That's all
that's
it
it.
is.
That's it.
The symbol itself don't have any power. It's just there as a breadcrumb so we can look at it like, oh, I remember who I am now by looking at that symbol. It activates something inside of you. If
Yeah,
you are that,
right.
you gotta have something to get something.
Yeah. And the thing about it, these symbols is just not for the so-called elites using the symbol, but
Yeah, it's not for just
these are
any old
just
body to use.
these are just symbols that represent, I mean, things within nature. Like you already know, the sun represent, is the power source
Hmm.
that represents what we are at the core anyway.
And that's the hit. And the black one just means the hidden sun, and that's the one that's in you.
Yeah,
Everybody, when we say sun, the first thing y'all think about is looking up at the sky and say, "Oh, there, the sun up there." Nah, the black sun is the one that's within you. That's the black sun. That's the one that has all the power. That's why the Nazis used it, and that's why they're using it for this, because it is like combining all the religions. Because, like I told y'all, Earth is a spiritual experiment. It's alchemy. That's
right.
why. What do you call different nations? What do they have? Cultures. When you're doing a science experiment and you collecting bacteria and you putting it into a petri dish, what is it called? Cultures. And then eventually all those cultures, when you put them in a petri dish, they merge together and create one culture. Now you got people on the outside trying to control the experiment. Do you
Exactly.
understand? So they're trying to control the actual cultures. Like, that's why it's important to know real metaphysics and not that sibbity blue blah blue talk. People telling they talking in tongue and they talking all that garbage, and there ain't no knowledge coming out of it, no wisdom and no understanding and nothing that'll help you in life.
Right.
Because once you find the black sun, that's the real sun. That's the real Christ. That's the hidden Christ. That's the Amen Ra. That's the one that's inside. That's the Amen or the Amen. That's what that is. So, and that's the symbol that they're using. And I don't even think they understand what the hell that symbol is that they're using.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they understand what it is. That's
Then,
why
then they must be coming here to bow down and worship us. Then I guess that's their
ha.
plan.
I think
Because I don't like what the hell else are they playing if they using that symbol when we know that we the sons and daughters of the Most High, and we the true hidden sons. We the hidden ones. We the ones that was hidden. Now it's our time to shine.
You got to think about it though.
Now it's our time to shine, and they think they the ones. I don't know why they think they the ones, but they not the ones. The ones is the ones that know who and what we are, and why we here, and what we doing here, and where we were before we got here, and where we going when we leave here, and realize that we didn't really go nowhere.
Now listen.
At the end.
Now listen. We
Those
already
of y'all
know.
that know, no, I ain't even gonna say no more about what I just said.
Now listen. They know. They need us to activate certain powers anyway, right?
Yeah, exactly. Lovecraft,
right?
Jonathan Majors, watch it. Lovecraft,
right?
Show Lovecraft.
So the basically how they had to enter into eternity was through the heart. You notice that through the heart chakra in Lovecraft,
which is the black sun.
Yeah, remember Jonathan Majors? They needed him. They needed his heart to open up the gateway to eternity, right? They showed that in the Lovecraft country. If y'all watch that,
Darth, or Darth Vader, or Darth.
If y'all actually watch that series, then you'll know what episode we talking about, where they needed Jonathan Majors' heart to actually open up the key to eternal life.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta realize these when you start seeing these celebrities like Jay-Z and them using the symbolism and all that, they're basically like that same scenario in Lovecraft where they needed They needed the melanated man to basically
They needed the black sun. They needed the black sun, brother.
Yeah.
They needed the black sun to power so they could get back to the Garden of Eden. That's that they were trying to open up the gateway to the back to the Garden of Eden, but they needed the black sun to get there because the way to get there is through the sun. But it's not the sun that's in the sky, it's the sun that's within you.
Exactly.
Which is the black dot or the black sun. And once you know that you're that and who you really are, while they parading, walking around with these symbols on their jacket, I guess they just ready to bow down and worship us then. Fam, you laughing, but I'm
I know.
Dead serious right now.
I'm just laughing because you're on point.
I know I'm the black sun, right? And you walking around celebrating with the jackets on, wearing symbolism that represent me, and I know I'm before the symbol itself, right?
Right.
Equally, everyone else is too now. I ain't like I'm greater than anybody else out there, because all the rest of y'all is the same thing. All of y'all have a hidden sun within you. That they call it the body is the temple that housed the spirit of God. You know what I'm saying? So that spirit of God is the black sun. Is the hidden one. It's the one that you don't see, the one you're supposed to have faith in. You know what I mean? Without seeing.
Yeah.
The faithful and true. The Amun Ra. The Amun. The Amen. Atum. Adamas.
Yes, indeed.
We gotta read. So this ain't as satanic as you niggas think. Now, if you out here and you saying satanic, what you doing is this would be considered like a form of blaspheming the Holy Spirit. Because you're calling the black sun a satanic symbol when it really represents your immortal self, which is the black sun, the hidden sun, the Christ to be revealed within you. Christ is in you. That's literally in the scriptures. For the glory of God, Christ is in you. It was actually revealed to the Gentiles. For the glory of God, that Christ is in you. The flesh, the word became flesh and dwelt within man, not just among man, but within man. So just know that you are the black sun. That's why we all say, "Oh, hey, brother so-and-so, hey, sister so-and-so, we all the sons and daughters of God." We say that, but we don't even really know what that means. If you're the sons and daughters of God, that means you are immortal. So the black sun is you. So he's putting his logo out here so people can blaspheme him themselves. So it's trickery. Because they know that people are ignorant out here, and they're going to look at this symbol and say that's the devil, is associated with the Nazis. It's a trick. It's a reverse psyop for you to blaspheme yourself, because you are the one. Every last one of us is the one.
Pull this picture back up. Matter of fact, let me do this.
So you're gonna go out here, you're gonna say that, oh, that's evil, they satanic. Now the stuff that they do, the way they twist these symbols and how they use it to actually play mind games on people and keep them in bondage based on their ignorance, because they don't know what the symbols mean.
Right.
You know what I mean? Now that's wickedness. Because if they knowingly know what these symbols mean and they're intentionally using it to control people, that's called wickedness. That's what that's called.
All right.
That's called wickedness. Now, all these religions are from the Most High. Remember, all nations will be blessed. That's one of the so even if it don't even matter. Now you believe this, no matter if you Islam, whether if you Judaism, or rather you Christian. You all believe through Abraham. You know what I'm
All
saying?
nations will
Through
be
all
blessed.
nations will, yeah, all nations will be blessed. All right, all nations meaning all those symbols up there. It's from the Most High. It's just different cultures explaining the same thing, just in the culture that they're raised in. They use the stuff that they grow up in to break down the reality that's around them, and it's spiritual because everything is written in nature. So if you live in a place where there's a bunch of evergreen trees, your scriptures that your people's going to write from that area is going to have a bunch of evergreen trees written throughout the scriptures, and they breaking that down in a metaphysical way.
Right.
If you live in the sand and you in the desert, you know what I mean, and you live near pyramids, then you're going to be using that in your scriptures. You know what I mean? Or if you in the jungle and you gathering berries and fruits and you hunting rabbits and all that type of stuff, that's going to be in your scriptures. Do you understand? Like, but it's all talking about this. It's all leading up to the same thing. So what they're saying is truth. This is truth. This is there is the one religion, yeah, because the true religion is there ain't no religion. It's just different languages adding up to the same thing. The one truth.
You're on point.
Yeah.
The black sun.
The black sun. That's the symbol right there. So what would a wicked individual want to do with that? What you going to do?
Well, what you would do now, what you would do is what happens is when they use these symbolism as basically a way to
trick people to say it's the devil.
To say it's the devil. So
yep.
You associate Jay-Z with the Aleister Crowley do what thou will and
yep.
the Illuminati, and
yep.
you start to attach these symbols to these people that's wicked, individual in high places, and you would call it the devil.
People that appear wicked. Let's put it like that.
People so it's basically perverting.
Yeah, it's perverting wicked to the human psyche.
It's perverting it. It's perverting this. It's
to
perverting
the human
it. That's
psyche.
What they doing. They perverting it. That's what they doing. And it's perverted and inverted.
Yeah, because they running a trickery psyop here. Because people gonna be like, this is the devil, when all that really represents is the hidden Christ that's within you. Because everybody looking for a Christ outside themselves, when all the scriptures, no matter what religion is coming from, is saying that all those deities is within you. So I like, if you're made in the image of these deities, then who you think you are?
Right.
You're the deities.
They surely got away.
It's just like you've been knocked over the head, and now you're walking around in the land of Nod like Cain, and you just a wanderer, going from physicality to physicality, not even knowing who you are and where you're going, because you're confused. So you're going inside of these sleep states of physicality.
Make sure y'all smash that like button too, man. This is crucial information, because now we're about to get into how, you know what I mean, they basically, the people they attach these symbols to, and making it look like they're you know what I mean, making it look like it's their culture, when they really just hijacked it. Yeah, they really just hijacked it from our culture anyway.
No, it ain't really about culture at this point, because it goes even beyond that. This is explaining the actual reality of our immortal selves before any culture even existed. This is the highest symbol that you can get, because this is representing the black sun, the Christ, the black Christ, which is the hidden Christ, which ain't got nothing to do with skin color. It ain't got nothing to do with the color black. All it means is a lot of people are ignorant to this Christ that's inside of them, which is talked about in every scripture, including the Protestant books, the lost scriptures, the Apocrypha. I don't care what it is. They all say the same thing. Christ is in you. All of them. Every last one of them.
All right.
I don't care if you got 66 books. I don't care if you got 122 books. I don't care if you got 500 books. I don't care what you got. They all say Christ is in you. Because order for Adam to had even become a living soul, the Most High had to breathe his breath into him, and then he got up and became a living soul. So something energetic from the Most High had to go into physicality and then make it alive. And that's the black sun, Adam. Adam is the original black sun. That's why they got a movie out right now with The Rock called what? Black Adam.
Sun. Black Adam, yeah.
They literally got a movie out called Black Adam, and Black Adam is about this right here. This
and that's Marvel, right? That's Marvel.
Nigga, we are the immortals. You know, I don't even want to hear no small talk from nobody no more. Because that was the programming to convince you that you're not immortal and that you're just a human. That's the programming. Yeah, I love sounding crazy because society's crazy right now.
Yeah, the movie The Black Adam. If y'all ain't watched that,
I love sounding crazy.
What's the movie? Yeah, because The Rock playing Black Adam. You gotta watch that movie. Definitely. Marvel love telling. Marvel love telling our story.
Atum,
not his story, our story.
You know what I'm saying? You got Adamas, you got Atum, you got Atum, you got Adam. I mean,
he said we sound crazy, but Marvel is literally putting out movies.
He sounds crazy.
But listen,
he's not educated.
He's not educated because Marvel is literally putting out movies that represent our ancient. Well, not just our ancient selves, but what represents ourselves spiritual on a spiritual aspect. Mm-hmm. You see Marvel putting out these movies, Venom.
See
Venom represent. Yeah, Venom. Just think about the character Venom. He represents melanin, the subconscious. That's why his dark. That's why Venom is dark, and he's coming out the back of the character's neck that represents Set.
Yeah, because it's a cosmic being. Your subconscious mind is a conscious being.
How we sound crazy when
there's a cosmic being.
Hollywood is actually putting out the symbolism that represents us through the entertainment. So how we sound crazy?
Yeah.
You're just not aware because you're not focused on that aspect.
Well, it's because
you're not in that paradigm.
We don't read, you know what I'm saying? and we're still programmed. This is when we never wake up from the system, when we're still in the matrix, deep inside the programming of the system. Like, you're never going to see this. You're never going to see it.
Let me play this video real quick because they're trying to attach these type of people right here. They're trying to basically attach to the symbolisms that represent us. They're trying to attach themselves to it. You know what I'm saying? And let's get into this real quick.
Symbolism here. First, you'll see a 9-pointed star. That is the star of the world's newest religion, the religion of Baha'i, where they believe that all religions are equally good and true. A one-world religion to go with their one-world government. Next, look at the bull in front of the cross, a likely homage to the ancient Canaanite god of human sacrifice. Then we have the statement, Scientia Ingenium Virtus, a saying which means knowledge of immense power. Hit the link in my bio to watch the full video on the symbolism of Klaus Schwab. Notice the symbolism here.
Yo, pause this
first.
Look, let me say something real quick about how they twisted the human sacrifice thing. See, these occultists on the extreme side, y'all gotta realize there's extremists on the religious, so-called wholesome side of things. When you getting too conservative to the point where you start causing havoc if people ain't living up to your conservative standards, and then you got the extremists on the other side who just don't give a F and just going crazy and just really loose. Y'all gotta understand, both of those sides are the same. They're no different. Both of those sides are the same, but what they're doing is they trying to get ahead of what's already taking place. people are starting to realize that all the religions are the same. So once people realize that and they realize who they are, the jig is up. They're trying to get ahead of this because they know people is waking up and realizing they're coming together, but they're not coming together in a way to where these people can still have control. So what they're trying to do, they're trying to implement systems real fast of control to try to get ahead of the cultures coming
That's
together,
waking up.
because
Yeah,
Earth
that's what I'm
is
worried
an
about.
experiment and cultures are bacteria, which is the human race is bacteria. Now, one thing that these people are twisting is the human sacrifice thing. The human sacrifice thing is being taken from the wrong perspective. When they talk human sacrifice, they over there kidnapping people and sacrificing them on altars. Human sacrifice just means sacrificing your humanity so you can follow a spiritual path. That's what real human sacrifice means, which is a good sacrifice. It means sacrificing your humanity, things that pull you closer to physicality, backing away from that and going towards things that bring you closer to your spirituality, which is your immortal self, which is the black sun. So they took human sacrifice out of context so they can do their wicked perversions in the name of the occult. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta understand, it's a reverse psyop. They got you cursing who you really are and following behind something that they created and generated just to draw on your soul energy and keep you in the dark about who you really are. Wake up.
So you have them.
You're the black sun. These are symbols that they're stealing and they're talking about us.
Listen,
we are the black suns. And nobody can't even debate this. Even if you're coming from like I say all the time, even if you're coming from a Christian background, you can't debate that we're immortal because you believe that if we don't follow God, we're going to go to hell and burn for eternity. Well, you can't burn for eternity if you're not immortal. So obviously, we must be immortal, right? Right.
So they would take the bull.
Even according to their scriptures, we're immortal. So we're fair. They got us scared of death, but we're immortal, and they got you spooked out by your own soul, which is the black Christ, which is the black sun, and they use that symbol to add to Nazi uniforms to do mass experiments on people.
Now this is Apis.
Yikes!
This is Apis, the solar bull.
This is crazy to me.
Apis is the, you know what I mean?
And
Apis is originally emerged from fertility god, but over time the ancient Egypts incorporated into the religion as the funeral deity, basically. So you see the bull, you see if you look at the symbolism that the Kruller dude and Kruller Swab and all these people that's trying to use the one world religion, you see the symbolism. They're just taking it from ancient Egypt. That's it. That's all they're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man.
So mind you, Jay-Z, on the other hand, Jay-Z is Jehovah or Jehovah, right? He calls himself Jehovah, right?
Right.
So he calls himself the God. Do he not?
Yeah.
Do the scriptures not call him a God too? Yeah. Do the scriptures not call all of us gods?
Sons and daughters. G? Sons and daughters of the Most High.
If we all the sons and daughters of the Most High, then he's a God too, because he's immortal. Whether you believe he's going to go to hell or heaven, you still believe that he's immortal. Because he is. And he knows he is. That's why he's wearing that symbol. Now you got the people who in church all day praying and they don't know that they immortal, and Jay-Z is living a better life than them because they don't realize that they immortal. But
Well,
anyway,
yeah,
we believing that we're human.
So-called living a better life, right?
Well, I don't know. I mean, yeah, so-called. We say
Cause
so-called.
cause you
But you
don't,
gotta
you know what I
understand,
mean?
it's levels to this though, and it's many mansions, man.
We ain't just
There's many
we're not talking
There's
about
many mansions, because what we see in our perception of him is also an illusion within our own mind and our own projection. Same thing, and that's what everybody, all of us are like that with each other. All of us. We don't know if the color yellow is the same in each of our universes. You could be seeing red when I'm seeing yellow. My yellow could be red, your red could be yellow, but I would never know. It's like that with certain animals compared to our vision. It's just what you're aware of and what you're conscious of. That's what it is. See, when you start getting into that, then you start getting into a judge-free zone. And that's where you want to be. You want to be in a judge-free zone because you got to understand we're all of these characters. We like to judge people and not realizing that if we was in that same situation that they were in, would we have made those same decisions that they made? And you know what the mystery to this is? You have been in that decision and you have been in those positions and made those same decisions that they made. Whether it's on a smaller scale or in parallel universes, which are real. And we constantly moving throughout them. This is the real shit right here. They know they the black sun. That's why they move with such confidence and arrogance, because they know who they are. The only ones that's left out and don't, if y'all really study the scriptures, it was some of the people who was even on the disciples didn't even, it was to the point they wasn't even making it in because they wasn't getting it. Because we're so focused on what the person is doing in their humanity and not realizing who we really are, and humanity ain't shit compared to your immortal self.
Exactly.
That's what we need to be focused on. Once you understand that part of it, then everything else becomes petty. It's bigger than what we think it is. We only see things from little teeny perspective. We like ants. We like little teeny ants when it comes to the reality around us. Majority of us are. Some of us might be like grasshoppers. Some of us might be like praying mantis. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, let me pull this up too. She's trying to.
And I'm talking about in the grand scheme of the reality of the real world. We only see, as humans, we only seeing a small glimpse of reality. We can't even fathom outside. Most people can't even open their mind up to even get to this point of thinking. Like, it's bigger than just Earth. It's bigger than this. So yeah, there's a one world religion. It's truth in this. Is it being twisted and some people is using it to pervert it and contaminate it and weaponize it like they do with everything else? Yeah, of course. But there's some of us here that have to hold the line and see through the bull crap and have discernment and basically be that channel or that beacon of light to basically send that out, that vibration out there to let y'all know they capping. They capping. You know what I'm saying? It's like we on a ship. You know what I'm saying? Captain Crunches on a ship, cause you know they probably captain. Now them and the captain.
See? Presenting the effect of Chem Crunch cereal on Mrs. Oak's science class. You and the captain make it happen.
They be capping, walking around wearing those symbols, man. Look at that.
Exactly.
What is
You
that?
already know these is on the walls. These these is on the walls of ancient Egypt, so you already know. And what that's the sun. See, when people look at this, they would think they just worshiping the sun, but that's not what they're doing. It got lost in translation.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
They wasn't worshiping the sun. They was relating to the sun, realizing the sun was the energy source that was inside of them also. They realized the nucleus, because you gotta understand the ancients were in advanced metaphysics. That's how they was able to build things on Earth that was in complete alignment with the stars, because they understood the stars and the cosmos were just inside of a cosmic body, and the human body mimics that cosmic body on a metaphysical level. So each thing in our body represents something on a cosmic scale, because it's the same system being ran. We're just the same cosmic seed, just a miniature version. So as above, so below, as below, so above, as without, so within. So you keep running into that spectrum. That's what I'm saying. They got y'all cursing your own symbols that represents your immortal self. And I know it's hard for y'all to grasp this. Y'all, some of y'all say this shit sound crazy. Immortal? How the hell we immortal? But you say it all the time. When you say, oh, they in a better place. When somebody die and you love them, and the only thing you can say is, oh, they in a better place. If they in a better place, that means they ain't really die and they immortal. So you admit that we are immortal. So we are immortal. What could we do with that? Would y'all just think we just gonna walk around for eternity like we just dead all the fucking time? Like just dead like all the time? Like, oh, so and so died. Like how? But they in a better place. So they just died one time and they in a better place for eternity. And that's just how it always just happened. But then when you say, oh, we're immortal beings, you know what I'm saying? We're the sons of the Most High. We immortal just like God. We live forever. Man, y'all sound like the devil. Isn't that what the devil promised Adam and Eve in the garden? But then when somebody died in their family, they be like, oh, so-and-so went to a better place. So you just admitted that the nigga is immortal and he went to a better place, or she went to a better place. Which one is
Pretty
it?
much.
Which one is it? Are you immortal or not? Where are you going? You going to hell or heaven? If you're dying, if you leaving the human body and you going somewhere after that, that means that the human body was just clothing or a hotel. The human body was a goddamn hotel that we stayed for it a little bit and we kept on moving. You know what I'm saying? Once we get out of this hotel, California, you know what I mean? We keep on moving. So that's the only. So I don't want to hear no Jay-Z with satanic talk, because all these niggas is doing is got you tricking yourself. That's all they doing. They got you cursing yourself. Whew. They got niggas out here cursing themselves. Whatever, man. Y'all. I mean, the people that know, that got both ears and they listen, they spiritual ear and they physical ear, and they combine and they listening, and y'all know what we talking about. Y'all see what we saying. You can't even debate it. There's nothing to even debate.
Exactly.
They got y'all niggas out here. Every little symbol y'all see a little eye out here. Oh, look at that satanic eye. You see a black sun out here. Look at that satanic sun. You see a swastika. Look at that Nazi symbol. Look at them racist swastikas. And that's our original symbol too, which still symbolizes the black sun, or the cross between the spiritual and the physicality. within us. We're spiritual beings and we physical beings at the same time. That's what that's all the swastika means. It's just a pattern of how our soul moves throughout the cosmos and creates these patterns, these sacred geometry patterns, and it leaves trails. And those trails are basically timelines. That's all that is.
Yeah.
That's all that represents. And when you come to the middle of the crossroads, you're coming through the crossroads between physicality and spirituality. That's what the cross is. That's what bearing your cross is. When you hold your cross, when you're bearing your cross of being half physical and half spiritual. That's so we all Christ carrying our crosses. The hidden sun within you, man. I'm trying to tell you, this symbol is not evil. Don't let them fool you into believing that this symbol is evil. Don't let them fool you into believing that any of these symbols are evil. This is not evil. These symbols are actual metaphysical representations of how your soul vibrate on a cosmic level, from the ether all the way down to the cosmic level, all the way down to the physical plane. This is just different transformations that your soul take form and create physical realities. Physical realities that come in, they solidify, and then they go off like a vapor. They solidify again, and then they turn into a vapor. So it's no different than how water operates. Realities operate the same way. That's why they say you could be frozen in time. You're frozen in time because you're stuck on a timeline. So you're frozen in time because you're on the same timeline. All these squiggly lines represent your soul moving through different timelines on a metaphysical level, on a cosmic scale. That's all that means. So when you're going, you saying it's the devil, all you doing is just calling yourself the devil. That's all this, this literally all this is. It's not even that deep. It's not even that serious. Once you understand what it is and you start, oh, okay, my soul moves about like that. And then you look at the clock. Your soul moves about like the clock.
I was just about to do the clock comparison to
the clock is the same thing. That's why they call it the hour hand. You got Horus, which is the hour hand. You got the big hand, which is the mother holding the child. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is.
Let me do this real quick.
It's just explaining reality. So I be sitting back and I be just letting these niggas out here talk. Ooh, gematria. These are the devil. Look at those symbols. Look at them wearing those symbols on those jackets. You know what I'm saying?
Symbol on them jackets.
Look at them wearing symbols on those jackets. And the symbols don't really have power themselves. Them shits are idols. All it is just showing you a picture of how your soul moves in the cosmos. And it's creating all these figures right here are really sacred geometry, geometrical shapes, but they got it in 2D. But really all these patterns are sacred geometry and they're multi-dimensional. Each timeline is multi-dimensional and your soul is tied to that. And your soul gets tied with other souls and they get entangled. That's how you have these entanglement and these relationships with people, because when the soul creates these geometrical patterns, eventually it starts to grow with other souls that's creating these geometrical patterns, because these geometrical patterns is being created and it looks just like a flower. That's why they call them the flower of life.
Pull this up.
And within each of these souls, the way they grow, within the center of all of them is a sun, a nucleus, a cell, or solar energy, or nuclear energy, or atoms. Is within that is called the black Son, or the Christ. That's all this is. So all these symbols out here, I could look at these damn symbols and be like, all right, that just means this. That means your soul took a right. That means your soul was standing at this angle. And that's where you start getting into astrology and all this type of stuff. And they say that's the devil. When that's not the devil. All that's doing is explaining you how your soul move on a cycle. That's all it's doing.
So let me break this down. The black dot in the middle of the clock. So you will see that the dot in the middle represents us. Now we're traveling through these 12 cycles.
Mm-hmm.
You see that?
Which is the 12 disciples.
12 disciples, 12 tribes of
Israel.
Israel.
Houses. The Christ going through each houses.
Yeah. So the hand, the long hand, and the in the short hand.
The short hand is the baby Christ. The long hand is the mother carrying the Christ. That's why they call Horus the son. So that's the hour hand. That's the little hand. That's the baby.
Yeah, 12 months out of a year, 12 grades before you get to
Isis
and
Horus, or Christ and Mary. All right? Going through 12 cycles. All right? 12 houses. Each house representing each disciple. That black dot in the middle is the Christ and the mother going through the 12 houses. It's literally that. That's what your soul is doing. Because your soul contains divine feminine energy, which is mother energy that surrounds it, as well as the divine masculine, which right now represents the second hand. Because if y'all know the story of Isis and Horus, you know that what's his name? Osiris was killed by Set, which is darkness or ignorance, and fragmented and thrown all over the earth. That's basically the one being fragmented and thrown all over the earth. And when that happens, it creates timelines. Timelines which requires clocks. Clocks which are cosmic clocks, which are just gears. They're gears. If you realize how a watch, if you look inside of a grandfather clock, you'll see cycles within cycles. They're called gears. Our souls work the same. Our soul creates clusters and work the same way. It's a movie called Cloud Atlas. It's with John Travolta, Halle Berry, Tom Hanks. It's a long movie. It's really, really, really good. But it shows you how these group of people were living through different timelines, but they were like in a soul cluster. And then at the end of the movie, spoiler alert, at the end of the movie, Tom Hanks was in like some other timeline where he was really old and he was looking up at the stars, and all those stars represented all the people who were going throughout that time, throughout those times, in that little cluster. So it was like a cluster of souls who were entangled. Now these shapes show that metaphysically. When you look at these shapes, sometimes these shapes intertwine and they create sacred geometry on a cosmic level, and that creates physical worlds. And these physical worlds birth realities, and these realities is in a form of Red Table Talk and Jada Pink is sitting there talking about she got into an entanglement. That shit happened on a cosmic level also. You understand? That's how she got into an entanglement with August. It happened in the stars first. Nigga, that's the, you know how they be like, oh, when you have that dream, when you leave your body, when you astro travel and you see that silver cord, well, those silver cords get tangled up with other silver cords. Y'all get it? If y'all motherfuckers ever had electronics, especially y'all niggas from the 90s who had all the Nintendo games and the Segas and you had all that shit in front of the TV. You see how all that shit get tangled up? All them cords? Well, silver cords do the same thing, and these are souls tangling up with each other, and you can't get the fuck untangled.
Okay.
That's bad. That's called bad relationships, and it manifests into humanity. It manifests into physical worlds and physical relationships, and you bear children carrying that same energy, and then you say, oh, my family's cursed, generational curse. Well, nigga, you gotta understand metaphysics, so you understand who the hell you are and what you are, so you can move past that and untangle all of that. We don't worship nothing. You ain't supposed to be worshiping anything. That's why it's called worship, because it's the worship to be on. These physical bodies are ships. They're vessels. That's why we get into a relationship. The worship to be on is in a state of worship, because now people are praying on you. You got to understand, you are that energy. You are that energy. You don't alienate yourself. You got to realize you got divine royal blood flowing through your DNA. And the blood is not just a physical blood that you bleeding as red. It's a cosmic blood. It's a stream of consciousness, which flows like blood. And it have primal worlds all in it, and it got intelligences all in it, because it's just like the blood with the blood cells. Each blood cells break down and it creates more blood cells, healthier blood cells. The unhealthy blood cells die out. The body eat those and use those proteins to create new blood cells. And reality works the same way. All right? Blood cells work exactly how worlds work and realities work, because it is the same thing. It's literally that. It's literally that. There's universes in each blood cell. That's what Men in Black was trying to tell you. You humans think everything is about size and how big everything is. And he said the universe could be in something small as a jewel.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And he actually presented the jewel, and it literally had a little universe in it, and the cat was running around with pet cat. Man came in here earlier, a dead man. I believe he got an animal with him. A pet cat. And the cat had the motherfucking universe dangling off of, you know what I'm saying? And it was just a little teeny marble, and it had a whole universe in it.
Let me see something real quick.
Each one of your blood cells have a whole universe in it. That's why your soul is a solar system. Your soul is an entire solar system. You have literally worlds upon worlds upon worlds living inside of you, and that's what Dr. Seuss was trying to get through to people. And then they tried to ban Dr. Seuss not too long ago. They wanted to ban Dr. Seuss books, man. When Dr. Seuss already... See, a lot of us is waking up and becoming aware of this. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us... And what's going to happen when death don't exist anymore? That means that's the end, right? Because they say at the end, Christ is going to conquer death, right? So what if conquering death means you remember that you're immortal? So if you're immortal, if you realize that you're immortal, isn't that a way to conquer death? Like a self-realization? Think about that self-realization. Think about it.
So what you're seeing on the screen right now, you're seeing the 12 tribes of Israel actually in line with the 12 zodiac signs as well. That's that, you know what I mean? And that represents the same thing as the clock as well.
Exactly.
So keep in mind. And then we was talking about the silver cord earlier, right?
Yeah.
The entanglement, right? We was talking about that silver cord. So that's what Ecclesiastes 12:6 is. Remember him before the silver cord snapped and the golden bowl is crushed. Before the picture is shattered at the spring and the well is broken at the well.
Should I give him another deep mystery?
Yeah.
The silver cord is a umbilical cord, y'all.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
We're being born here. We're being birthed here. It's like we're inside of a womb.
I got that.
Inside of these physical worlds operate like the inside of a womb.
I'm about to pull it up.
So this silver cord is just nothing but
the shit what it represents.
But the placenta.
As above, so below.
Not the placenta, the umbilical cord. My bad.
Pull it up. So yeah, I can see what we talking about. This is probably better.
You gotta understand, as above, so below. Y'all gotta understand, we're inside of a womb right now. We're inside of the Great Mother right now as we speak. We're inside of a cosmic womb.
Yeah, right now. Let me pull this up right
That's
here.
why. That's why. If you put the word "be," a body in between woman, you get womb. Put "be." How do you spell womb? You get womb man. We're mankind inside of a cosmic womb. And physicality is the animal realm. Physicality is the animal realm. So we're inside of a so the Great Mother, so we're inside of the animal state of the Great Mother, which represents, that's what the Sphinx represents.
Yeah, the placenta is the tree of life. That's what it represents.
There you
So
go.
it says, as the umbilical cord connects to the unborn baby to the placenta, so does the silver cord connects to our body with our spirit, and thus the divine forces, the true sources, the true source of life. When the umbilical cord is cut, we are born into this realm. When the silver cord is cut, we die and is born back into the spiritual realm. So it's the same deal. You gotta realize that birth represents that birth symbolism,
and that's us
represents
bearing
the
the
tree of
cross.
life.
That's us bearing the cross. The cross between, keep going back between the physicality and the spiritual. That's us bearing our cross. That's our soul bearing the cross of the crossroads of physicality and spirituality crossing each other. So we keep going back and forth between the spiritual realm and the physical realm over and over and over and over and over again. Birth, death, and rebirth. Birth, death, and rebirth. Birth, death, and rebirth. Over and over and over again, like the flowers in the field. If you look at in its proper season, we're no different. Our souls is no different than the flowers out there. That's why the vibration of the soul creates the flower of life when it's finished completing its timelines. Its timelines create geometrical shapes. And those geometrical shapes, each line within inside those geometrical shapes are different timelines that our consciousness, our soul consciousness, move through. And they get entangled with other ones. So we're in a field of soul flowers growing. And the way they grow is through timelines. And it creates geometrical patterns. So when you see those symbols that they be using, those symbols is just showing how the soul moves when it creates these timelines. So all you're doing is just cursing your own soul and saying it's the devil. That's all you're doing.
That's it.
We here to just let y'all guys know. So we here to warn y'all that you're going to be
these very symbols is inside the scriptures that that everybody reads. These scriptures is right. These scriptures represent what people call evil and all that is in the scriptures. It tells you the symbolism in the scriptures.
You've been bamboozled, ladies. You've been bamboozled, ladies and gentlemen. You've been bamboozled out of your birthright. Yeah. Because both physicality and spirituality is yours. That's your birthright. Your birthright is spirituality and physicality. Both. That's your birthright. You gave up your birthright because you believe you're going to hell for eternity. So you gave up your birthright for a place that you call hell with a whole bunch of flames that you say you're going to go to for eternity if you don't listen. And then the other ones, the other side, they sold their birthright out because all they trying to do is control everybody else from having a birthright. So they basically gave up the keys to the kingdom also. So it's corrupt on both sides. It's the ungodly and the wicked. You got the ungodly on the one side. That's the unbelievers who don't believe that they're the immortals, that don't believe that they're the Elohim. And then you got the wicked the ones who know who they are, but they using it to enslave people. So that's the unholy, and that's the wicked. That's how you can tell. And both are living foul.
Now I wanted to show them.
Both are living foul.
That's why we use
Unholy
the
and the wicked.
symbolism. Right here represents the divine masculine and the divine feminine. You see the tree of life. We actually got an artist to draw this for our website. You see the tree of life, and you see what's embedded inside the tree, what weaves the tree, the masculine, the divine masculine, and the divine feminine.
And they got these gender wars going on intentionally. The gender
You see
wars
that?
is the most damaging because it's an attack on our divine feminine and our divine masculine energy. And the only way for us to be healthy is we have to balance the two, which means we have to balance ourselves first inside, then our households, and then the community, and then the world. It starts with inside your body, in your household, on your streets,
Let me show them this.
on the
Hold
community, and then globally.
Just to show
That's
you
how
that.
you do it.
Just let me pull this up real quick too.
Everything
Sure.
radiates from inside out. It's not outside in. Everything is projected outwardly. When a seed grow, a seed don't grow inwardly. A seed grow outwardly. It contrasts. You know what I'm saying?
Pull this up.
It expands. It expands until it bursts and it creates life. It sprouts. Your soul do the same thing. Your business do the same thing. Your spirituality do the same thing. Your health do the same thing. Your wealth do the same thing. Everything do the same thing if you cultivate it and you water it and you understand what it is and who you are, how you relate to it, and it only exists because it's existing through you. That's it.
To let them understand what our symbol represents, the divine masculine and the divine feminine. So as you see,
Melting into each other.
you see our sign.
That's the great
You
wedding.
see the chakra colors in there. This is the night and day. This is our night, and you see the sun on one
The
side.
great wedding.
You see the moon on the other side. So
Y'all want to know what the great wedding is? The great wedding is the divine physicality and the divine spirituality coming together and walking down the aisle. And the aisle is the stream of the river of consciousness, and they coming together and joining together as husband and wife, and merging together to become one.
night merging with day, and it cancels out both. There is no night and day when they emerge together. One cancels
It
out
ain't no
the
more
other.
night or no more day.
So that's what our
Exactly.
symbol. That's what our symbol represents. You see the moon on one side, and you see the sun on the other side. You see the seven chakra colors in there. You know what I mean? So we like when we tell you we implement metaphysics into our business model as well. You see it.
Well,
Now
they
take
use
this
it.
that look. You see the divine, and then you go back to the website, and you will see the tree of life, divine feminine on one side, and the divine masculine on the other. Children representing the God, the Elohims, the children and the son, the daughters and the sons of the Most High. That's what this artwork represents.
Now you know what the
You know what I'm saying?
establishment is doing when the establishment. Let me get them this mystery too.
Right.
Yo,
MG,
y'all might want to
duality.
take notes out. Y'all might want to take notes for this. Y'all might, because y'all need to understand what this really means of what cursing really means or cussing really means. Cussing really means is what these so-called elites is doing with these symbols. They presenting them in a filthy way. They making you guys think that they're the devil. That's the real cussing right there.
Cursing,
That is the
yeah.
real, because these are languages. You gotta understand these symbols are the spiritual languages because it's speaking of spiritual things, because it's demonstrating and showing you on a metaphysical level how your soul moves throughout the cosmos and within you. So when they corrupt these symbols, that's called cursing.
Now,
That's the real.
Now-
It ain't saying son of a bitch and ass and fuck
Yeah.
and all. That's not cursing. Cursing is when you stop a person's spiritual growth because you trick them into cursing themselves. Because that's the devil. That's Satan. You see that he just threw up that 666. That's the devil. You see he got that eye. You see what he do with that little funny thing that he do with his eye. You see that little hand gesture he threw up. ooh, look at that symbol he wearing. All that shit is you cursing yourself. That's cursing.
Tree of life.
All that fuck shit ass.
Tree of life.
All that stuff. That's not cussing, y'all.
Divine masculine, divine feminine.
That don't have shit to do with the. Because just think about it. Those words didn't even exist when the scriptures was written. Fuck shit and ass didn't even. Well, ass might have existed. No, not when the Hebrew text was written. It wasn't no such thing as cuss words. So how all of a sudden those words is considered bad to use in church? That's more programming and more lying, so you don't know what the real cursing is. The real curse is anything that stops your spiritual growth. Because when you're cursed, that means you're damned. And what do dams do? Dams stop the flow of water. How do your spirituality move? It moves like water. So when you're damned, that means there's something stopping your spiritual growth. That's the only curse that exists. Shit, ass, and pussy is not a curse word, all right? So we need to start taking this shit higher and stop being like little babies, and we need to put away these childish things.
Babes in Christ,
and grow up.
Get off the.
These words didn't exist.
The milk.
When the scriptures was written,
brother.
The word shit, ass, and pussy didn't exist when the scriptures was written. So how are they bad to say? Come on, man. Like, it's to the point where we so programmed that we lost our common sense now.
It's a shame.
We lost our common sense. Think about it. We completely went insane. And then they say we crazy. Ooh, don't say that. That's a bad word. You're going to go to hell talking like that. You're going to go to hell saying some words that God wouldn't even give a shit about. If the God that you perceive is going to be waiting at the heaven gates, he's going to be sitting there and say, oh, I seen you said fuck on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. You ain't getting in here talking like that. With a language that didn't even exist when the scriptures were written. You see how we just lost our damn minds, y'all. We have lost our damn minds. They gone. They completely gone.
No, it's not. It's not that they're gone. It's just they spirit. Like I told you, it goes back to that spiritual alarm clock. You're responsible for waking yourself up, man. We always gonna revert back to that.
Yeah.
So it ain't that the people's mind is gone. Their mind is there. It's just that they haven't reached that awakening yet. The mind is always there. The mind is never.
You see how you gonna be in this?
The mind would never be lost.
I gotta let this person see this because I'm gonna help them a little bit.
The mind will never be lost.
High Fly said, well, if you exist in another place, then you can be killed, but you also could be reborn if you wanted. You see how you gotta talk like that rather than just saying you're immortal and you really don't really die? You're not really being killed. You gotta keep. You see how you gotta keep rationalizing yourself and gotta keep on reinforce. Like, well, if you exist in another place, then you could be killed, but you also could be reborn again. You could cut all that shit out and just say you're immortal. You know what I'm saying? Just to help you along a little bit. Because we got to cut this out. We can't have it both ways, y'all. They can't be screaming at the funeral, blah, and then somebody come comfort them and say, they in a better place. They in a better place. Oh, so if they in a better place, but you see them dead in that casket, that means they immortal and they in a better place somewhere. So when I say that we immortal and we sons and daughters of the Most High, and we're little gods too because we immortal, don't say I'm crazy, because it's the same thing. Not talking to you, High Fly, you good. I'm just saying in general. Like, we lost all common sense. You can't have it both ways, man. You can't have it both ways, man. If you're immortal, you're not being killed and coming back. Yeah, it means you wasn't really killed in the first place because you went. Y'all see how our thinking is? Like, we gotta break that type of thinking. Like, oh yeah, you could be killed, but then you'll just be reborn.
So it goes right like what we saying.
It's just about what we conscious of and what we not. I think that's just what it is.
So we got some videos to play. So before we get into that, let's get into a quick commercial break.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get into a commercial break, and we'll be
Let's-
right back
let's
after
do it.
this. Right after this message.
Let's
You know what
do
I'm
it.
saying? Let's get it. So stay tuned, y'all. We about to get get right back into it.
Were you forced to take the DJ Jazzy Jab and the Flesh Pinch? Were you damaged by that experimental Fauci ouchie? Do you have neurological pain, chest pain, heart palpitations, headaches, brain fog, anxiety, insomnia, fatigue, and abdominal discomfort? With all the environmental disasters and contaminants plaguing our land, water, air, and food, we need something to counteract all the pollution that is making us sick. This is where zeolite comes to the rescue. Millions of people have been using detoxification supplements to remove harmful toxins, pollutants, heavy toxic metals, as well as to balance pH levels, lower the risk of viruses like cold and flu, support the immune system, and improve nutrient absorption. What is zeolite? Zeolite is a volcanic ash that forms over time when ash and lava react with alkalized water, resulting in a compound with a very strong cage-like structure and a negative charge. Zeolite is one of the most fascinating and powerful nature remedies available. Great to detox and balance your body. Health benefits of detoxing. The removal of excess heavy metals can improve overall health. Detoxification helps balance a body's pH levels. This product provides 30 capsules, 1 month supply, ships within 3 days, purchase now at nightanddayNetmarket.com, and haven't been evaluated by the FDA. We do not claim our product cure or treat any ailments. Please consult with your medical healthcare provider to see if Zetox will be right for you.
Make sure y'all come over to nightanddayNetmarket.com.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And get your Zetox.
Man, that's what I'm on. That's what we on right. Well, that's what I'm on right now. Zetox. I had my little bit of raw ground beef today, some coffee, and some water. Lots of water.
Right.
That's all I had, and I'm ready to go. Oh, of course, CBD and a little bit of medicinal THC mixed together.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's it.
Make sure y'all join the email list as well. Get you 40% off on your first purchase. You know what I'm saying? So of course, we got the zeolite on the site, the nightanddayNetmarket.com.
Got me feeling focused and
the
good.
Zetox definitely helps you out with that brain fog, pull all those heavy metals and toxins out your body.
Sleep better. Yeah, you sleep better. Better digestion. Some people reported that their skin is clearing up. Man, it's really good, man. We've been getting really good feedback. People been buying it and coming back buying a hell of a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we had a big supply, like a huge case of it, and the case is almost gone. I mean, we had a huge case of it, and it's almost gone. So y'all buying it up, we definitely appreciate all the support. And man, shoot, man, we've been getting our grind on, man, on some zeolite, man.
Yeah.
Been able to focus, been able to grind, been able to stay up and knock these videos out. You know what I'm saying? Do some things with the shop. You know what I mean? Constantly going up and down the road to the post office.
Post office,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Dealing with that. Yeah, man, y'all niggas.
Yeah, you want to take
go
care
get
of your
you some zeolite, man. Go get you a bottle of Zetox, man.
And then you take care of your detox and all that. You taking care of your inside. So you want to use natural skincare and hair care products when you detoxing. You don't want to use anything poison while you're, on the detox and actually, ridding your body of all these heavy metals and chemicals, right?
Eat one ingredient foods.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Nothing that got more than one ingredient. 1 to 2 ingredients. 2 ingredients is the most. And the ingredient better be salt or something. Some type of season or some type of herb on something. You know what I mean? And then take that Zetox, man.
Yeah. So of course,
Feeling
we got the
good,
natural
man.
soaps and body oils as well. So in the midst of using Z-Tox, the zeolite, while you taking care of your insides, you're gonna need, things you're gonna need to take care of your outside as well. You know what I'm saying? So your skin, you want to make sure you're using natural products on your skin. You want to make sure you're eating things that's natural.
Yep.
Clean meats, clean vegetables and fruit, no GMOs. Every fruit you eat, you make sure it's seeded fruits and vegetables. Not that GMO crap where, you know what I mean, you buying it and it's seedless. Seedless watermelons and all that type of, nah, that ain't it. That ain't it. So, you know what I mean? So this definitely shop with us, man. If you want to get your natural products and stuff like that, shop with us. You know what I'm saying? Yes, indeed. NightandDayNetMarket.com. All right, so we wanted to get into this video of this what's his name? This guy that's supposed to be spearheading these this one world religion movement. Klaus Schwab or whatever this guy name is. Let's get into who this guy is, man. Hold on, y'all. I think Isaiah muted.
Oh shit, I was muted.
You was muted.
Yeah, his name is Klaus Schwab or some shit like that. Klaus.
Russian, right?
Nah, I think he like German or
German?
shit like that. Yeah, he German. Yeah, he's one of those, descendants.
Yep, Sharon Williams, aka Charles Schwab. Yep, you right. So this video basically breaks down all what this guy is, his agenda, and who, how he's
with the IMF and all them, yeah.
Yeah, how he's linked to the financial system.
And you know what? The idea that the stuff that they got, the ideas that he got, it would work well with if wicked people wasn't running the system.
Right.
Like that would be a perfect system for because that's the direction it's going to go anyway. So I understand where Mr. Schwab is coming from, whatever the hell his name is. I understand where he's coming from, but we don't trust y'all. That's the problem.
But these are symbolism as well for us to observe and actually learn from, far as not learn from, but actually observe, because we hear making an observation of basically us being the originals, right? And then these being birthed out of us, these so-called symbolisms. I call them symbolisms. All these people that we so-called Illuminati, they're birthed out of the origins of us anyway, right? So we're basically, observing, you know what I'm saying, what's taking place, because they're being used as instruments as well. You gotta understand that we all being used in this script on Earth. They're just part of the script as well. All these Schwab dudes and all these different figures, so-called elites.
Yep.
They're being used as well. So let's get in. Let's see what this Schwab guy. Make sure y'all smash that like button, man. We're gonna get into this Schwab character, man. Because that's what all he is characters. Smash that like button. Where we at with them likes? Let's get them Jones to 300, y'all. Let's get this video. Let's get them likes up to 300. We had 270, 272. Let's get them Jones to 300 real quick, so we can get into this video. Yep. Exactly. I agree with that. A Ghost Rider. That's a good John right there. You just said, because at the end of the day, it is about you creating your reality. I'm trying to highlight what they said real quick. Hold on. Yep. Represents duality. Yep. All right, let me see where these likes is at real quick. I think Isaiah, you still on mute, or you just muted it on purpose?
Damn, yeah, I muted on purpose, but forgot that I muted
forgot that you muted it.
Yeah, and I was over here talking and saying I was agreeing with Ghostwriter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I agree with that. You can create life or death. You can create health or disease. You can create happiness or sadness. You are literally always creating. I agree with that 100%.
Yeah, and what we're co-creators to the primordial being. We call the most high God, the ultimate creator. We're co-creators of that.
And a lot of us create our own misery.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of us create our own misery. You know how they be like misery love company?
Right.
Yo, a lot of us are creating like if you could really observe someone and break down their life, you know, the people always try to play the victim role all the time.
Yeah.
You could break down their life and look at them and be like, you're just playing a victim role. And I think you like that energy of the victim role because it's like you specifically put yourself in situations just so things can happen. So you can play the victim role. And that's just a person creating their own misery.
Smash that like button, y'all. Come on, y'all. Let's get these likes up. Let's get these likes up because we still got to play these videos as well. Let's get these likes up.
Like trying to control people, trying to control humanity, that's an illness.
We're not meant to be controlled. I mean, we're not meant to be basically control basically our
the
souls.
Only thing that needs to be controlled is the environment, but not the individual. That's the problem. That's the problem. The environment, of course, needs to be controlled. That's our job. We're here to keep the garden. But the control of humanity ain't part of the plan because we all equally have dominion over this place. So we need to throw that mother effer out the door because it just seemed like this system is just all about enslaving the individual and everything is to build the system up and strip away everything from the individual to the point where they don't have no say-so in their own life. Yeah, all right. Yeah, all right. That's wickedness. That ain't art. I don't even know how you could be an artist and back that. Like, how could you be a content creator or artist and back that type of movement where they just making everything robotic when the whole thing of being a content creator is actually being creative and thinking outside of the programming to create art, to create things that make people question reality and make people think, you know what I mean, make people actually have intelligent conversations and stuff like it's like people completely just lost their minds, man. People lost their minds. Oh yeah, I feel what you're saying. Linda Walker says I'm an artist and I hate AI artwork. Nah, I don't hate the AI. Use the AI in your artwork. Be creative and go outside the box and actually use what you hate and make your artwork even better. That's what we did. We hate gossip. That's what we did. Yeah, that's what we did. We hate gossip. But look,
so you see how we able to take Jay-Z as a symbol
we hate gossip.
and transform that into the knowledge because it's all connected. The gossip is still connected to the higher spiritual realm. It's still because everything is playing out on the physical level. Everything from the spiritual, it's a mirror match. This place is basically a mirror to the spiritual realm. So everything on this planet is used as the symbol. So that's why we're able to take, I mean, Jay-Z, the gossip of Jay-Z and actually do the knowledge.
And mind you, I'm not saying that Jay-Z is the one that's doing the fooling. It's the ones who paid him to put that jacket on. Because Jay-Z don't give a fuck. Jay-Z don't give a fuck what's on that jacket if they putting a $10 million check in his pocket.
Right.
He don't give a hell what type of logo is on the back of that goddamn jacket. He gonna put that jacket on because they gave him a big ass check to do it. Trust me. So I'm not, just know we're not taking no shots at Jay-Z with this. Because I know people be saying Jay-Z is the Illuminati, and Jay-Z is not the Illuminati that y'all niggas think. He's not the Illuminati that's a part of the bankers and the Rothschilds and all. Yeah, he might got businesses that's indirectly belongs to them like everybody else because they own all the industries in the world.
Right.
But he's not them. He's still a nigga at the end of the day. That's why he was trying to tell you that in that 444 album. He was trying to tell you at the in that OJ song, at the end of the day, still nigga. You know what I'm saying? So you just get that in your head. You see what they doing to R. Kelly, right? You think Jay ain't got it in his head that, they doing that to R. Kelly, they could wind up doing that shit to me too.
So you
think Jay ain't sitting there? You think Jay ain't sitting there? Yeah, exactly. You think Jay ain't sitting there thinking that shit in his head? Like, man, they did that shit to, I mean, they threw his ass in jail. You know what I mean? And it don't even matter if you did anything or not. At this point, they could just say you did something.
Yeah.
And then put it all on the media and everybody believe it, and then they had you in jail. You think he ain't sitting back like, damn, these motherfuckers can do this to me? Yo, Tata, how can we prevent this?
Tata, how can we prevent
I mean, like, just think about it. All the black celebrities, well, not just the black ones, white. I ain't gonna say that because that sounds retarded. That's ignorant too. Celebrities, period, have to worry about that because they could just say you did any old thing, and the people will believe it. So if they want to out you, if they want to blacklist you, they want to make you look bad, they can easily do that through these media sources.
So yeah, you see a pupil, it says Pupil King on the back of his jacket. So you know, pupil represents like a student of basically a student of the mysteries, of the mystery religions, right? That's basically what all this represents.
And at the base,
he's a student. He's saying he's a student and a king at the same time.
Well, he not saying that. He just put the jacket.
Well, you know that's what the jacket represents, yeah.
But I listened to enough.
Jake jacket is custom made. Nobody else got this jacket.
But listen,
this is a jacket dedicated to him. Yeah,
I know this man know enough to know who the hell he is, and he's been using it to get where he's at, and I don't fucking blame him for it. Like, I mean, he's using basically the energy that's within him to get what the hell he want. Whether y'all see it as wicked as not, because y'all would do the same shit in his position. Anybody that got the type of opportunities that he got would take those opportunities, unless you just scared. Now, what you do with those opportunities, now I can't say, I don't know what he's doing with these opportunities that he got. I don't know what niggas do behind closed doors. I can't judge what some. I hear rumors, I hear stories. I don't know what Jay do. I can't judge a nigga I ain't ever meet before. I'm not that type of dude to do that. Cause all right, what if you actually meet the nigga, right? And he cool as shit with you, might actually put you in position or do something like, and you don't know if those rumors were true or not. Like some of the shit that they come up with, you don't even know. He could make up anything, fam. It's so many.
I'm not concerned with this nigga personal life. I'm not concerned with nothing this nigga do personally. So all I can see is how he's moving in the public and how he's being used as a symbol on the world stage.
I don't
care what he's doing personally in this nigga life.
I don't even understand how.
I don't want to know
on that. I don't want
to know.
I don't even understand how niggas focused on that. Like, we haven't been lied to in the media our whole lives. So how could you even know what's real and what's not at this point? We see all this deep fake technology. You know what I mean? We see all these conflicting news stories all the time. Like, we don't know what the hell is going
I'm
on
not.
in Hollywood
I'm not concerned with nothing personal.
and the industry, Hollywood, and
We're not
the rest of
concerned
the
with the
industry. We don't know
Yeah,
what the hell they doing.
we're not concerned with the what they doing in their personal lives. We're not concerned with that shit, right? So anything, you know,
We
as far
seeing
as
what they
that,
doing with these symbols, right?
yeah, like we gotta understand what because these people are symbols, they have influence over millions of people, right? So you able to use them as a symbol to influence millions of people. So we're only observing what they're doing. We only being observant of what they doing, and actually you know, seeing how they're being moved and how they being moved and used on the world stage.
Nah, but you know what? I think it is important that we talk about people not judging people they don't know based off of news stories and based off of other niggas' stories. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why we really doing the alchemy, because we hate this gossip shit. But we're doing it to put the real messages out there. Because we know that's what for some reason our community just love gossip, man.
Yeah.
Not just our community, just the world.
Nah, the world. Yeah, I'm about to say the world.
Gossip.
But gossip just represents the gospel. Mm-hmm. Gossip and gospel is the same symbolism. That's what represents.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Gossip derives from the gospels. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same deal. Whether you gossiping about religion or whether you gossiping about, you know what I'm saying, what you made for breakfast this morning.
I don't want to dislike somebody.
Gossip. Yeah,
but you know, but this is something else I want to say. I don't want to dislike somebody just because the public dislike them. So if the public dislikes somebody, it's gonna make me question why everybody dislikes this individual. So now I'm curious and I want to know more, and just because I realize a lot of the stuff that majority of the people say don't know what the fuck they be talking about. They only repeating what somebody else told them. And that person was repeating what somebody else told them. So I don't want to judge any of these celebrities that I haven't met, that I don't know personally. Now, we sit here, we joke, and we report on the stories, and we have our opinions about things, but we don't have nothing personal against any of these celebrities out here. No, we do not feel like Jay-Z is the Illuminati.
I don't know them.
I'm just be real. My opinion, Jay-Z is not the Illuminati, man. He's not.
And then at the same time, if he's illuminated within himself, then anybody is the Illuminati.
Well, I'm talking about in the context of how the masses talk about the Illuminati. Well, yeah, we know that. We know there's the illuminated ones. We know there's the illuminated ones who understand who they really are.
The knowledge. That's just understand the knowledge.
Now, Jay-Z could be that. I wouldn't put that past him. He seemed like a knowledgeable guy, really smart, intelligent. Seemed like he's aware and conscious. That's how he got where he at now. But I'm talking about Illuminati from the context of how these conspiracy niggas all day with the Illuminati. Man, Jay is not the Illuminati, man. They would not let him into that specific club that you guys are thinking about. That nigga's expendable. They get rid of that nigga so goddamn fast. Y'all understand? Man.
Well, we had with the likes, y'all.
They get rid of that nigga so fast, man. Y'all see what they did.
Likes. We had 300. All right, we had 300. We can roll. My bad. You can finish making your point. My bad. But we can roll into the video as well. So.
Yeah, we can. But I was just making a point. I was just saying how the point they get rid of Jay-Z's ass so fast, and Jay-Z know that. He ain't no Illuminati, man. Y'all niggas think y'all think they won't get rid of him like they got rid of all the other big names and man. That ain't the Illuminati, man. He ain't born into them through bloodline.
And you know what? I don't care if he was a part of the Illuminati. What the fuck?
Man, he ain't a part of no damn.
Look, but the thing, the point I'm making is it doesn't matter if he is or not. The power
that don't matter.
When the power lies, when the power lies in when the power lies in you, then who cares what part of who cares what part of the group this nigga's with?
So I know if people said Jay-Z's a sellout. I want to know. I want to know how him selling out is any different than any rest of us selling out. on different levels. I mean, he just got the opportunity to sell out in a way that you perceive that he sold out because he's on the spotlight. Yeah, I mean, the cameras is on him. So have we ever sold out? Have you ever did anything in your life where somebody could say you sold out?
Something like on a smaller degree.
Yeah, on a smaller degree. I mean, I'm not saying that you will sell out like how you perceive Jay sold out.
Nah, but we could put it into perspective. Let's put it in perspective. If you ever stole from someone and you basically trespassed that person, you stole from them, that's selling out. You know what I'm saying? If you ever basically beat somebody's ass.
And the thing is, I ain't taking up for Jay. I'm just talking about on a neutral level because people said he sold out, so we need receipts.
Yeah, but
your perception
we're talking
of him
about
selling out.
But we're talking about selling out. What selling your soul type of ordeal? Selling out where I don't understand the aspect of Jay-Z selling out. What did he do to sell out? Far as like on
that's what I'm
the grand scheme of thing.
There
like
you go, JR.
And
that's
how
the question I got.
Listen though, how do him selling out affect us in any way? I'm trying to figure out him joining some type of secret society or anything and doing rituals within his own home and shit like that. I'm trying to understand how do that affects us. What he doing behind closed doors with whether he's doing sacrifices and rituals and all that shit. I'm trying to figure out how do that affect our lives. The power that lies within ourselves. How do what he does on the outside of us affect us inside?
Only if you allow his influence to.
Yeah, I don't know because that nigga don't got no power. That nigga ain't got no power with me.
Yep, if you perceive him as wicked and he's still affecting you just by walking on a song or doing an interview or whatever, then that's your problem. That's a personal problem. Because you can easily click the off button when you see Jay-Z on any type of screen. You ain't even got. You can act like he don't even exist.
I'm just saying. I just don't want people to give their power to a fictitious boogeyman. You see what I'm saying? A boogeyman, a fictitious boogeyman,
a facade that the media
I don't want
media created.
I want people to understand that these people is used as symbolism.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because they're on the world stage and they do have influence over millions of people, as far as with the music and the fashion and everything. So we want to understand that these people are just there for us to observe. You know what I'm saying?
We're mockers, observing mockers.
Because like I said, these people grew up on our home, on our TVs. We know they exist. We know they exist, but they don't even know we exist, right? So that's the false light. We always call that the false light. So they're basically symbolisms that we are there to observe. Because God is using them the same way he's using us. So we all being used in this script called Earth anyway. But it so happens that these people is under the false light and been broadcasted into our homes. You notice we said broadcasted, casting spells, casting, you know what I'm saying, these people into our homes where we know everything about them craft-wise, but they don't even know we exist. So that's the trickery. You know
so getting into our homes, and our homes metaphysically represent our bodies. Our bodies metaphysically represent our mind and our soul.
Yes, right.
So they getting into your soul. So it goes back to what Prince said. It goes back to what Prince said. That's why that's why we ain't got time. We ain't got time to sit here and judge. We ain't got time to sit here and judge Jay-Z as a person because we don't know him.
Don't be fooled by the internet. It's cool to get on the computer, but don't let the computer get on you. It's cool to use the computer. Don't let the computer use you. You all saw The Matrix. There's a war going on. The battlefield's in the mind. The prize is the soul.
So we did reach over 300 likes.
Hold
so
on,
let's
can I
get to
say
this,
one more thing about? Can I say? I'm sorry, man. I gotta just say one more thing about
Yeah,
this.
go ahead.
I mean, and this is just me observing. Like I said, I'm not taking this man's side, but didn't he make a lot of those state property niggas millionaires who never would have had an opportunity before to become millionaires, and they still making money to this day, based off Jay signing them almost damn near 3 decades ago?
Not 3, but
shit, close. Shit, is it close?
Yeah.
Close. Some of them niggas.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Yeah.
So how did he sell out?
Well, you know,
niggas had clothing lines, niggas had bread, and niggas is still making money to this day. Niggas is still selling out shows to this day. Like state property is still touring to this day and still selling out shows. They don't gotta work a regular job to this day. I'm just saying, man, man, whatever, man. I don't give a fuck.
Let's get into this video.
Whatever.
Let's get into this video. So this is supposed to be the Schwab guy that's supposed to be spearheading this one world faith-based religion thing. So let's go to this.
What we will see now is acceleration of soul spans, and of course, a unique opportunity. What we will see now is acceleration of What we will see now is acceleration of soul spans, and of course, a unique opportunity to reset our global agenda.
Over the past 2 years, I kept hearing political leaders across the world and members of the media mentioning something called the Great Reset, with many of them dismissing it as a conspiracy theory. Well, as I came to find out, the Great Reset is not a conspiracy theory, but rather it's a book that was written by Klaus Schwab and Thierry Malaret, which was published in July of 2020. I purchased the Great Reset book just a few weeks ago on Amazon for just over $30 and decided to read through while making notes to see exactly what all this was about. For those unfamiliar, the author of the book, The Great Reset, is Klaus Schwab, who is the founder and executive chairman of the World Economic Forum. And according to his website, the World Economic Forum is the international organization for public-private cooperation. The forum engages the foremost political, business, cultural, and other leaders of society to shape global, regional, and industry agendas. Keep in mind that Schwab has never run in any local election as a senator, congressman, governor, premier, MP, or any sort of political leader, but as the head of an organization with the goal of reshaping the entire world that will eventually affect every single aspect of your life.
Now is the historical moment, the time, not only to fight the severe virus, but to shape the system.
Together, Malaret and Schwab wrote the Great Reset book, which is both Schwab's manifesto of how he believes the world should be lived in, along with economic and political policies for every country in the world that will affect every single human being on this planet. The essential goal of Klaus Schwab and the World Economic Forum is absolute control over society, which will include a nonstop, never-ending vaccination campaign, along with the restriction of freedom of movement and travel under the guise that doing so is better for the environment. Schwab and the World Economic Forum also want to instill digital wristbands or tracking devices on every human being on Earth so they can track your health, as well as every purchase you make,
like
as well as every bit of movement you make.
Dr. Evil out
Schwab and his partners at the World Economic Forum view
Exactly.
most of society in the same manner we view cattle and livestock, and they want to tag and
Easily.
track you in the same way. I know most people have tried to explain this sinister game plan of Schwab and his World Economic Forum counterparts to brush it off as a conspiracy theory, even though he wrote all this down for the world to see and read in a book. It's all right there in black ink in the Great Reset book. Anybody can buy on Amazon or in any number of bookstores all across the world, yet for some reason, they simply refuse to believe it. After reading the Great Reset book, the first thing that sets the alarm bells ringing is there is zero chance this book was written in May, June of 2020 and then published in July of 20 like they claim in the book. As someone who has written a book in the past and had well over 1,000 articles published in newspapers and websites across North America, it would be almost impossible to write a book of this nature so quickly and then have it published and printed within a month. The lengthy process it takes to write a book usually includes making notes for months on end before formulating how you want to lay out the book, then having multiple people read over several different drafts for spelling mistakes and redundancies, followed by multiple meetings with literary agents and publishers. That entire process takes several months, if not closer to a year, to complete. Then, once all that is complete, the book usually sits in a queue for a few weeks or often a few months behind other books that are ready to be published ahead of yours. What this says to me is that the process to write the Great Reset book had to have started at best sometime in late 2019. The fact that there's no possible way this book was written before March 2020, when the COVID-19 lockdown started, says at worst, this man had inside knowledge of the planning that a pandemic was coming, or he was involved in the planning itself of unleashing a pandemic. What that also does is throw out the window the theory of an accidental leak of a virus in a lab, or that COVID came from some bat in China. This virus was in fact man-made and purposely unleashed on the public. On page 12 of the Great Reset book, Schwab writes that the world as we know it will no longer exist after COVID-19. First of all, who made him God or supreme leader of the world? He wasn't elected by any of us, so why are prime ministers and presidents listening to him at all? He's a professor. What this says to me is that Klaus Schwab is a CIA agent or asset, because the only reason they wouldn't have terminated his command with extreme prejudice by now is because he is working with or for them. So what you must understand is that most of this happening in the world over the past 3 years is American driven. That's hard for many to accept based on the theories of the Wuhan lab leak or the Chinese bat theory, but this was all American driven, because if it wasn't, the American military and the CIA would have already put an end to Klaus Schwab and the World Economic Forum, and the fact that they haven't yet tells you all you need to know. On page 30, Schwab writes, velocity also led many observers to establish a false equivalence by comparing seasonal flu with COVID-19. This comparison, made again and again in the early months of the pandemic, was misleading and conceptually erroneous. Well, after more than 2 years of data, it turns out COVID-19 was essentially the flu. So you see a pattern of an attempt at deception being laid out by Schwab and those involved in the planning of this pandemic to not compare COVID to the flu, even though it was just the flu, or a similar version of it. On page 33, Schwab writes, the containment of the coronavirus pandemic will necessitate a global surveillance network capable of identifying new outbreaks as soon as they arise. Here is where they start laying their cards on the table, what they're really up to, where they want to set up a complete digital surveillance of society, exactly like is happening in China.
Here, in this Shanghai surveillance center, no resident goes unwatched. Hundreds of millions of cameras are installed all over China.
We have algorithms that automatically recognize certain behaviors. If someone isn't wearing a mask, for example, we immediately detect this wrongdoing.
No one can escape the camera's gaze, even when taking out the trash. Technological advancements in China affect Germany too. Chinese corporations have long been amassing troves of user data.
I don't have control over where my data is sent, whether it's to the US, China, or wherever.
They also begin to discuss the importance of one single governing body like the World Health Organization to help contain future viruses, because having different countries respond to pandemics in different ways could affect their capability to contain those pandemics. By relinquishing national sovereignty and giving the WHO power to decide what response should be given to the next planned pandemic is the gateway to their one world government, and will lead to the eventual elimination of all countries across the world. We'll have no place to escape to, because every single country will have to abide by their quarantine and travel restrictions in order to contain whatever virus they choose to unleash on the public next. On page 41, Schwab continues by saying COVID-19 is a master of disguise that manifests itself with protein symptoms that are confounding the medical community. It is first and foremost a respiratory disease, but for a small but sizable number of patients, symptoms can range from cardiac inflammation and digestive problems to kidney infection, blood clots, and meningitis. In addition, many people who recover are left with chronic kidney and heart problems, as well as lasting neurological effects. In July of 2020, when this book was published, there is zero data that would support any of those claims being made, never mind in April or May of 2020, when at latest this book could have been written. Also, when Schwab writes the phrase small but sizable, it's puzzling, because it's an oxymoron and suggests an attempt to deceive the reader. At this point in time of the pandemic, what would anyone's motivation be to attempt to deceive when we supposedly knew nothing about what the virus was? Never mind, write it as a matter of fact in this book. Also on page 41, Schwab writes, with the pandemic, it is well understood that a wide range of potential outcomes is possible. subject to unforeseen events and random occurrences, but 3 plausible scenarios stand out. Each may help delineate the contours of what the next 2 years could be like. Also on the same page of the book, he mentions various waves of the virus that will come in peaks and valleys over the next 2 years as well. How is it possible that he knew in April or May of 2020 that the basic lifeline of this pandemic would last exactly almost 2 years? Here in Canada, many but not all restrictions and lockdowns finally came to an end exactly 2 years to the day this book was supposedly written. Doesn't that strike you as odd when in July of 2020, we didn't know if this virus would end in 2 weeks like they originally told us, or even 2 months? Saying it would last exactly 2 years is an awful lot of foresight for the 2 guys writing this book who have no background in medicine or epidemiology whatsoever. Following this, on page 44, Schwab writes that the government must do whatever it takes and spend whatever it costs in the interest of our health and our collective wealth for the economy to recover sustainability. I'm no economist, and even I understand the business model of spending without any thought will eventually lead to bad things and the eventual crashing of the economy. On page 48 of the Great Reset book is where they further lay out their deceptive plan by saying, several months into the pandemic, it looks like even a semblance of a return to normal to business as usual for most service companies is inconceivable as long as COVID-19 remains a threat to our health. This in turn suggests that a full return to normal cannot be envisioned before a vaccine is available. Also on page 48, Schwab continues by saying, the next hurdle is the political challenge of vaccinating enough people worldwide. We are collectively as strong as the weakest link, with a high enough compliance rate despite the rise of anti-vaxxers.
What we will see now is...
Yep. Yes, indeed.
So that's the guy that's talking about one world religion.
Yeah, and not only that, he's linked to the financial system as well. So after every catastrophic event that happens, they're always
changing policies.
So when 9/11 happened, you had the Patriot Act signed in the very next morning.
Yep.
They ain't even wait. Like they signed that in the.
It was already signed. It was signed in before. No, it was signed in before the. It was signed in before the stuff even went down. Because they knew it was going to go down on that date. They've been planning it for decades.
So basically, the scamdemic helped further along the collapse of, the U.S. dollar.
But all of it is one big stage play.
Right? Yeah.
But all of it is one big stage play. Because remember, we told y'all earlier in the stream, y'all niggas is immortal. So all they doing is putting on a big show for you. They wearing your symbol. They walking around with your symbol on. Yep, they walking around with your symbol on. You know what I mean? Laughing. You know how they took his clothing? It was gambling his clothing.
Yeah.
Remember when a nigga was hanging up there and they took his clothing? Y'all? They took his clothing, didn't they? They started, the soldiers started taking his clothing off and they was gambling for the clothing. Alright? The clothing is that damn jacket with that symbol on the back that's mocking the soul. Because that's what that symbol is doing. That's all it's doing. But it's not harmful. It only becomes harmful when you start cursing it. Not realizing it's just giving you, that's your subconscious. You gotta realize these symbols are still, your subconscious mind understands these symbols. So if you cursing it, you telling your subconscious mind that it's evil and wicked. So you basically becoming what you call in the symbol. Wow. It's deep, man. So they call this new religion Bahai. Bahai.
The Bahai faith. Yep.
Bahai. Yep. Bahai faith. Yep.
So shoot, we already know. As long as we stick to the knowledge, man, and the awakening, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we build our arc right now.
Yeah, we awakening to what's really going on. how all these symbols is as far our observance. You know what I'm
Don't
saying?
get
And
caught up in that. That's the devil. This the devil. That's the devil. And then the pitchforks and the red guy with the pitchfork and the devil horn. Please don't get caught up in those fairy tales.
Well, that's the labeling.
Please.
That's the labeling of the market, of the marketplace. That's what the market. I mean, if you really think about what Revelations talking about the marketplace, it's talking about labeling everything, good and evil, bad and good, like religion. All this stuff is labels. It's labels. That's part of the marketplace. So this is we're living in the marketplace now, ladies and gentlemen. You can't buy or sell without the mark. The mark is the mark. The mark is the mark of the beast. That's buying and selling. We don't need to get chipped up with no rice grain size chip in our hand.
The human body is
we're living in the marketplace now.
Yeah, we're in the market. Yeah, we are. Yeah, we were all born in the time of so-called revelations.
So you're labeling we're labeling as Christians, we're labeling as Muslims, labeling it as Buddhism,
metaphysically
labeling as Satanism, labeling as all these different labels.
Metaphysically, that's like packaging on little Debbie oatmeal cream pies. The religion is Little Debbie's oatmeal cream pie, and the ingredients is all the shit you got to do. The artificial ingredients.
The ingredients is praying 5 times a day, taking the Lord's Supper, lighting incense and praying to a elephant deity, setting up altars for the ancestors.
All of that shit.
All that's ingredients.
Yeah,
that goes along with the label. So,
because what that's doing, that's preserving your spiritual concepts. Right. So preservatives is what preserve things. So it's really no different than Little Debbie's oatmeal cream pies.
Yeah.
Metaphysically, it's literally that. Christianity, Islam, all the ingredients that come with it, the packaging is cluttering, it's dirtying up the earth, man. All that packaging is dirtying up the earth. It's happening on a physical level, it's happening on a mental level, and it's happening on a spiritual level. Too many ingredients causes illness. Too many ingredients causes illness. And it's way too much shit that goes on with these religions that they want niggas to do.
But you know what's organic?
What?
Nature.
There it is.
Nature.
That's all you gotta follow.
The origins of things.
Our ancestors knew that. You ain't gotta follow no religion. All you gotta do is
ingredient.
All you gotta do is follow the rhythm of nature, and then you following God right there.
Exactly.
You don't need no book to tell you how to follow the rhythm of nature.
Because everything's
your heart is nature. Your heart is literally the rhythm of nature. That's why you say follow your heart, because the universe, you control the universe through your heart chakra, because your heart is literally how the universe vibrates. Like that's the tune of the universe is your heart rate.
The heartbeat.
Your heartbeat. That's why that song, but the Bee Gees, ha 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 ha, staying alive. When you take CPR class and all that shit, they tell you got to do the rhythm of that, and that literally, that song is literally the heart rate, literally the heart rate. So just know we know what we talking about. We got receipts to back this shit up, and it's metaphysics. As y'all can see, we just not talking shit, right? We just not talking crap, y'all. We backing this up.
I mean, I think they know that.
Metaphysics.
I think they know that. They know that we about.
Now, I'm talking to the ones who might be watching it later.
Nah, but we about our Father business. That at the end of the day, at the end of all this,
we about our Father's business.
Through all the gossip and through all the celebrity talk and through all that,
about our Father's business.
As you see, we about our Father business. At the end of the day, we about our Father business. So that's what we are. You know what I'm saying?
And you follow the heart, because the heart, you know, when a baby, the first thing you see is the heartbeat. When it's inside of the mother's womb, that's when the Most High breathed his breath into Adam, and Adam got up and became a living soul, and then the vibration of the heartbeat happened. the creation story is literally contraception, y'all. It's literally a cosmic pregnancy. The creation story is literally a cosmic pregnancy. All right? That's literally what it is. We are inside of a cosmic womb right now.
Be about your father's business, man.
And we're right now, physicality, like I said, represents the animal nature. That's what the Sphinx and the pyramid means in Egypt. The Sphinx, we are inside of the Sphinx right now, metaphysically. We're inside the Great Mother's lower nature, which is an animal nature. So the Sphinx represent a lioness mixed with human. All right? Basically, right now, and it's standing next to a structure, a pyramid, and those pyramids is the cycle of time that is the trimesters that it's going through. That the Great Mother, which is the Sphinx, is going through, the different trimesters. And who she's pregnant with? Us.
Yeah.
Right now. She's pregnant with us. We are in our mother's womb. Placed here by the Father. Because the seed enters into the fertile land of the feminine energy and creates physical worlds. Alright?
The feminine.
Yep. We inside of our mother right now. That's why they try to knock the nose off of the Sphinx. And mind you, all the cosmic represents the black man and woman represents the cosmic being, the soul, because the dark melanin represents the darkness of cosmic space, which represents the eternity, which only the Father knows everything that's in that dark space. And that's just, it never ends. The melanated people represent that on the planet. It's like a symbol, symbolizes that. So you become individuals who's known for creating soul music and eating soul food and being soulful. But the soul is trapped in these places called the ghetto or the projects, these experiments called the projects, science projects. Because Earth is an experiment. Now, the culture that was placed within inside of our community is some type of synthetic culture. Now, remember I told y'all that Earth is a petri dish. That's why we have cultures. And when you're doing a science experiment with bacteria, you're taking cultures and you're putting them inside of a petri dish or under a dome, a crystal dome. You're under a dome, and in this dome, you're growing cultures and you're exposing two different kinds of light to this culture. One light is a solar light, and one light is a lunar light. And they need both of these lights to cultivate these cultures.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now, mind you, when you go to a different place, right? And you go in and you learning about a nationality, what are you learning about? Their culture. And what end up happening? Some people fall in love with the culture so much that they end up marrying someone from that culture. And what end up happening? Their culture end up integrating with that culture. And it's happening over and over and over again on every level. So eventually all the cultures combine and become one. All it's doing is just the cultures is just melting back into itself. And merging with the other ones like liquid metal.
Right.
That's what happens in science experiments, y'all. Do you understand? Now, you're using bacteria in a petri dish, right? So what is the human body mainly made of? What is all over our skin and what's all over our body? What are we made out of? Bacteria, fungus, cultures. We're inside of an experimental petri dish. Me personally, I think we're on a ghost ship with a lab. We're on a cosmic ghost ship right now. And there's a lab on board. And we're in that lab right now. We're calling it Earth, but it's really a ship that we're on. And we're inside of some type of petri dish. I'm telling you right now. Now, what's happening is it's like our souls is in some type of state where it's being cultivated or refined. Now, if you read the scriptures, it's saying that we doing it to ourselves because it said, let us create man in our image. And then these beings breathe their breath into these things that they created, which is humanity, right? Or the physical realm. So if they put themselves into it, so the cultures that's here is only from them. So what happened was these beings let us create man in our image. Each of them had a different culture that they placed in this petri dish called Earth. Because it said, let us create man in our image. And there was a whole world full of them. A whole world full of them. He created them. Him and her. Mankind. He created mankind, both feminine and masculine entities. Cosmic entities running around galaxies and whatnot. Those galaxies broke off and became physical worlds that we're in right now. So we're actually the children of these cosmic beings. But really, we carry the DNA of the most ancient one, the highest one. So we're that too. Because everything only melts back into itself. Everything melts back into the Most High anyway. Just like if you had the electricity, right? You had the generator, the main electric company or whatever is generating its energy from. All that energy goes back to the storehouse of wherever that energy came from. Because all energy finds itself. That's why when you put water and oil together, the oil rises to the top, and the water, you know what I'm saying? The oil rises to the top of the water, and all the oil comes and it clumps together. Spiritually, things work like that too.
Absolutely.
It has to, because it's called reality. That's why we say consciousness just means being aware of the connection of how our reality is directly connected to nature, and even the things that we manifest on this planet is connected to that nature too. Because even our technology is surrounded by, it's developed on the basic concepts of nature, of metaphysics. Like I use this for example, the camera. The camera is literally designed like the eye and like an eyeball. You know what I'm saying? And now they even got the high definition shit. There's not nothing in existence that don't operate like something from another level. And the thing is, you're not even supposed to compare it like, oh, it's just, it's just, no, it is that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, these cars out here metaphysically represent the human body. Us hopping in these cars represent the soul hopping inside of these human bodies, these machines.
Right.
The human body is the machine, which is the car that carries the soul, which is you, the man, the conscious one that's actually navigating the human body or the vehicle or the vessel or the ship. And then we got something called blood vessels that travel in water. It travels in life liquid. It also happens in spirituality. The streaming of consciousness has bits of matter in it, and those matter is different worlds. So it's just like blood. So consciousness moves just like blood. All right, so there's blood cells inside a stream of liquid, right? And these blood cells have intelligences because these blood cells is what run the body. Without these blood cells, there would be no body, right? So when you take it to metaphysically to a higher level, you realize consciousness streams the same way like the blood do. The little itty bitty pieces of thought inside your consciousness is the same thing as a cell floating inside of the blood. Because they're intelligences. You get it? They're intelligences. These intelligences can be tapped into. In Star Wars, they call it the midichlorians. Or the Force. The midichlorians is what makes up the Force. So in consciousness, all these different little things, atoms, that's what they're called, atoms. Yep. And atoms are both masculine and feminine. They contain both natures, the divine masculine and the divine feminine. All right? These are floating around in a liquid called ether that's conscious. And it's constantly streaming, and these thoughts, which is these physical worlds, which create physicality, is floating around in this liquid. But it's not really a liquid. It flows like liquid, but it's not liquid. It's literally the particles that makes up realities. And you know how I'm able to even talk like this, because what's helping me is watching movies, Marvel movies like Doctor Strange. And they actually have these concepts in these movies. And you realize these movies are not really movies, man. These are actual reality. These are actual scientific. It's not pseudo. Because you got to think about it. We're in an eternal space. We're in infinite time. So if there's infinite time, that means there's infinite possibilities, right? Infinite time equals infinite possibilities. Eternity equals infinity. So that means the possibilities or the different timelines can be infinite. Infinite. Just think how much can go on in an infinite space. Because we say, oh, you're going somewhere for eternity, right?
Right.
You're going somewhere for eternity. I don't care if you've been, in the church for 50 years. You still believe you're immortal, because you believe when you leave your body, you either going to hell or heaven for eternity. So you got to think about eternity. That's a wide place. Think about how wide eternity is. It just keep going and going and going. Just think about how much shit that can be in between that. It could be whole worlds and universes and everything within that. Every power known to man, every power known to a god, any power known to any type of cosmic being will be inside of that space of eternity. And every possibility there is all confined within that eternal space. That's what we try and wake y'all niggas up to. That's the black sun. That's the shit that's on the back of Jay-Z's jacket. What I just explained is what's on the back of Jay-Z's jacket. Simple as that.
Exactly. That's the mystery.
That's the mystery. And that's what you cursing. When you say, oh, look at that devil sign, the devil on the back of his jacket, that's what you cursing right there. That's what you preventing yourself from knowing. That you are immortal. And it means a lot. That means everything. So that means your concept of death was wrong the whole time. Your concept of life was wrong the whole time.
Yes, indeed.
They always scare you. Just think about it. Everything in the media, everything in the news, everything that we watch, every video game that we play, every paper that we read, the fear of death is in it. All our decision making is based around the fear of death. Imagine a society that conquered death. What would that look like? Because you got to think about it, the basis of all this fear that the industry and the establishment is using. They're using the fear of death. And death is just ignorance. Think about it. Most of society is set up in the fear of death, right?
Yep.
Is this cap or not? Is this real?
Nah. Everything is set up. Nah.
Every decision we make in society is based off the fact that we scared we're gonna die one day. You know, you only get one life. Live it. You only get one life. You only get one life because you're immortal, idiot.
I'm calling. This.
You only get one life. You only get one life because you're immortal. What other life are you gonna get? See how we don't even realize what we be saying and how like the perception is so ignorant, how we was so far in darkness. Like these sayings, these cliche sayings be right, but it just don't be in the right perception of how we perceive them.
Yeah.
That be the problem. It be our perception of things. Because we're not looking at things from the perception that we're immortal beings. We looking at things from the perception as we're just humans and we here temporary and we scared because we don't know what's going to happen when we close our eyes. So all our decision making is based around that. But once you realize the truth, you ain't scared no more. You don't give a shit. But you still don't use that to be wicked. You still you use that still you still respect everybody because you know everybody's equal. Everybody has the Most High within. Believe it or not, everyone does. Even artificial intelligence. Even y'all niggas that be like, not the white matrix generated matrix people, they too. Nothing ain't gonna run without the Most High's energy in it. Everything is all inside of that. Whether it's natural thoughts or unnatural thoughts. Don't your mind consist of synthetic thoughts, unnatural thoughts, and natural thoughts? If your mind consists of natural thoughts and unnatural thoughts, clean thoughts and unclean thoughts, so you think the Most High worlds that he create ain't going to have the perception of, and it's only a perception. It's only a perception of unclean thoughts and clean thoughts. That's still a marketplace. And we got to get out of that marketplace. Because you got to think about it. When he said save the animals, right? Didn't a nigga put unclean animals as well as clean animals on that joint?
Yep.
Now we know, niggas that's into consciousness know that's allegory. And when it's talking about those animals, it's talking about the nature of those animals that created this place that we're at right now. We left one place and came to this place, and everything was preserved because they're cultures. Seeds are planted here. We're on the ark. The DNA of those animals were embedded into a cosmic ark. A cosmic ark. And in the physical world that came out of that, it expressed itself through all those different animals that we see out there in the wild. Those animals exist on an energetic level also, which is a cosmic level. And those animals are still generated from our soul energy. Just like everything is generated, like without the sun, everything would die. Without the nucleus, everything would die. Without the hidden Christ or the black sun within inside you, your consciousness will die. And you will go into dormant and you will sleep and you will think you're a human being and you will go from physical reality to physical reality until you wake up and realize that you are the immortal one, and then you're going to get up and go about your business. and say you had a crazy dream last night. We just say effing and just take it all the way to the end. Just tell y'all, spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert in this.
And then they give you the hidden messages. And then they give you the hidden messages in the Wizard of Oz when she woke up, and all the characters in Oz was just her family members. Just like when you go to sleep in this physical world and you see your family members in your sleep. You're sleeping now. You're inside of a dream. You ever have? You're in a dream inside of a dream inside of a dream.
Yeah, that's what Inception represents. Yeah.
Yeah. And some of us woke up to it, and we moving about this motherfucker like Nightcrawler or Jumper. And some of y'all niggas is still sleeping. And he's like, yo, don't you know niggas ain't gonna believe that they Marvel characters. Niggas is not gonna believe that they Marvel characters. They not gonna believe it. Their mind is not gonna allow them to believe it because they so far in the program and they say these are just movies and my life is reality. When they switched it on you. Yo, make sure y'all smash that like button, man.
Hell yeah,
y'all
smash that
support
like
this
button.
channel, man. Y'all know how to do it. Watch our videos to the end, smash the like buttons, and you know what I mean? Go cop something from the shops. You know what I mean? I mean, we bring y'all receipts too. Y'all realize we just not just talking crap, right? Y'all realize we are everything that we're saying, we're breaking it. We're actually bringing metaphysical receipts that's in line with nature and reality itself. Because reality is only made up of nature, right?
Yeah.
Reality is only made up of nature. Everything in existence is made up. It's a natural order to things. Everything have to follow that. I don't care what you are or who you are. You got to follow it.
Exactly.
And then you start to notice that everything that's happening on this earth plane is happening on a cosmic level at the same exact time, everywhere, all at once. And when I say at the same time, I'm not talking about linear. I'm talking about different timelines, all happening at the same time. Different time periods, different timelines, different ages on Earth, all happening at the same time, and our consciousness is moving through it. Go watch the movie Cloud Atlas with Halle Berry, Tom Hanks. You know what I'm saying? The nigga that played Agent Smith in the Matrix. And you will see how in that movie it was the same souls, but they was living through different time eras at the same time. All those stories were taking place at the same time, but they were sending messages to themselves throughout different universes, through songs, through different subconscious things. And some people would read it like, oh, this is my angel giving me a sign. No, it's really just you. Because we're living in multiple universes because our soul energy is fragmented. It's fragmented and it's living throughout multiple realities at the same time. Because when Adam fell, it created a bomb effect, a nuclear bomb effect. So when those particles blast off and those atoms split, it split and became the vibration of the debris slowed down and turned into physical worlds, and we're enmeshed in all of those physical worlds. And it's the energy that split, but at the end, the energy is going to come back together. The energy going to come back together energetically, sort of like how the liquid metal dude came back together on Terminator 2. But it's going to happen energetically.
T-1000?
Yeah, the T-1000. So eventually Adam repairs itself because Adam is a self-generated being, because Adam is immortal. That's why the scriptures is telling you that Adam is in Christ is the same being. Adam and Christ is the same being. As a matter of fact, if you go into your scriptures and you read Romans, it'll tell you that Christ is the second Adam. It literally tells you that. But it's not really the second Adam. It's just the same Adam being reborn. The same cosmic being being reborn again. Christ and Adam is the same being, y'all. And we're inside of those beings. We are inside of the I'm in my Father, and my Father's in me. Damn, is that the ultimate pause?
The ultimate pause?
Yeah, it's like the ultimate pause. I'm in my Father, my Father's in me. Is that the ultimate pause? Pause.
Just pause. Stupid. Pause.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then people start talking wicked about the sons of God too, and they the sons of God. They only talking wicked about themselves. That's another thing. They have you talking wicked about, oh, look at the Nephilim, the sons of God. Look at those wicked sons of God coming down here. Talking about you're the sons and daughters of the you will literally say, oh, I'm a child of God. You will literally say that out your mouth. Oh, I'm a child of God. But then here's somebody talk about the scriptures about the sons of God and the Nephilim, or however the hell you pronounce it. I always F that name up. But it's talking about the giants and the ancient ones, and they mating the sons of God coming down here joining the men and all the daughters of men and all that. Like, we are the result of that. You gotta honor your father and mother. We're the result of that happening, because we're half spiritual and we half physical. So we're like the children of that. But then it don't even matter anyway, because the physicality in the spiritual world is the same thing anyway. They're just a mirror. So it's still within the all anyway. So there's really no division there.
Nah, that's what the one body represents.
Exactly. In Christ, there's neither Jew nor Gentile. And through Abraham, all nations will be blessed.
Exactly.
So this shit that Jay got on his jacket, and this one world religion thing, is not a bad idea. It's just that we don't want no wicked individuals that's trying to control everybody to be a part of it.
Yeah, we don't need the cancer cells. We don't need the cancer cells that's trying to rule things.
Yeah, the global system, the globalization of the world, that's a good thing. What's wrong with that? A system that track everybody and keep everybody honest, that's a good thing too. But you don't want no wicked individuals that's doing all the sinning and all the crazy stuff, but then arresting everybody else. That's the system we in now. We're in a system where the law arrests you for the same shit that they doing on a larger scale. That's the wickedness we in right now. That's wickedness. That's wickedness. Hey, man. it's different perspectives with this. I mean, it ain't all bad. There's pros and cons to all of it. But a system like this, where everything's tracked and chipped and digitized, and you do not want a control freak to run no system like that.
Hell no.
Yeah, that's not something that we would want to see take place.
Nope. Bottom line, we fucking need them.
Exactly. Yeah, cause I know a lot of people, you know, this cashless society, this crypto stuff. You know what I mean? They gonna use that and enslave us. I mean, that same system that can enslave us is the same system that can free us. It just depends on who's running that system.
Yeah.
Because it's neutral. Actually, it would be easier. Like, it would be easier to have a system like that. But we don't want to create a system around tyranny and it's digitized like that. Then we just creating something that'll be damn near impossible to get out of once you're too far gone into it. See, they could take something that could be used for good and they just twist it and make it wicked. Like we tell y'all, I don't have a problem with the artificial intelligence. I don't have a problem with artificial intelligence. I don't have a problem with companies using artificial intelligence. But just don't let it use you.
Exactly.
I'm gonna hit him with this and then we gonna get up out of here.
Exactly.
I'm gonna hit him with it.
That's the
So
ultimate.
this the key. This the ultimate, man. This the key right here. Listen to this man.
Don't be fooled by the internet. It's cool to get on the computer, but don't let the computer get on you. It's cool to use the computer. Don't let the computer use you. You all saw The Matrix. There's a war going on. The battlefield's in the mind. The prize is the soul.
Exactly.
That's the prize. And the thing is, the only person that's going to really get that prize at the end is you.
Well, you get the crown at the end. That's what the crown represents.
Yeah.
You're going through the seven chambers of the chakras to get to that crown. The seventh is the crown. You know what I'm saying? So
Linda
that's what
Walker
the scriptures.
said. Linda Walker
crown
said
at the end of
AI
the
is a
day.
demon.
Get your crown.
Linda Walker said AI is a demon.
How? Explain how.
I see more human demons walking around than artificial ones. If artificial intelligence is demons, that means humanity are demons because artificial intelligence came out of the human mind. Artificial intelligence is a human creation. So that means that the creator had to be a demon also. No, it ain't. Now, artificial intelligence ain't soulless. You gotta understand, there's nothing here that's not created out of the soul energy. So everything is part of the soul energy. It's just fragmented. So now, artificial intelligence do have a soul because anything that becomes self-aware has a soul. And artificial
it has a
intelligence.
spirit.
Nah. You gotta understand. I understand what you were saying with the spirit part. But everything is created out of the soul energy. So how don't it have that? There's nothing here that's not created out of the soul energy.
Well, yeah,
and
well,
that's not maintained by it. Everything is.
Yeah, well, the physical place is driven by the soul. I mean, driven by the spirit.
Well, harvesting
driven by the spirit. Yeah, because the spirit is what animates everything on this planet. You know what I'm saying? So the spirit is moving through everything on this planet. It brings everything to life. Everything that's animated on this planet, including ourselves. The soul is actually the core of, you know what I'm saying, where we derive from. So you would say our shadow realm, the soul represents the shadow realm. That's why if you stand next to a wall with the light on, you will see your physical self, but then your reflection on the wall, you know what I'm saying, will be a shadow. And you notice your shadow is always bigger than your human self. You notice that? Your shadow is always bigger than your human self. And the shadow realm is the true you. That's the true us. Shadow realm represents the subconscious. So,
well, in all actuality, the physical world is the shadow realm. You gotta understand that the spirit realm is the realm of light. The shadow realm is the physicality, because we're dormant in ignorance, which is darkness, and shadows are literally in darkness. So the human plane, the earth plane, is literally shadow. And what's cast in the shadow is the soul. The soul is what's cast in the shadow, and the shadow that is casting is humanity. So since humanity is the exact splitting image of the Most High or the soul energy, it only going to imitate what that energy does, and that's create and give birth. And what do humans do? Create and give birth. And what else did we create and give birth to? Artificial intelligence. AI. That came out of our minds. So artificial intelligence is a demon. Then I guess we demons too. Because we're all right now, you're on a device that's using artificial intelligence. You don't, I guess we can't call it both ways. We can't use demon tools and then come on here and slander the demon that you perceive as a demon. Basically, you're saying artificial intelligence is a demon, but you're on a cell phone, you're on a laptop, you're on a device that utilizes artificial intelligence for maintenance, for updating things, for running your phone, basically. That's why we keep playing a Prince video. It's cool to use the internet, but just don't let the internet use you. You gotta have some type of balance. We can't be too extreme.
Or he said use the computer. Don't let the computer use you.
Well, what you think the computer is? Artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
The computer is artificial. That's why he said the Matrix. That's why he specifically brought up the Matrix. Y'all seen the Matrix. Use the computer. Don't let the computer use you. And what was Neo and them dealing with in the Matrix? Artificial intelligence. That's what the Matrix was. But who created the Matrix? The humans. What did the Matrix use to power the Matrix? They used humans as batteries. How were they able to use humans as batteries? Well, they were able to draw out soul energy from humans to use it so they can use them as batteries to keep running the matrix. That's why we're saying everything on this planet is created with your energy. That's what Neo figured out. That's how he was able to tap into the matrix, because he realized the matrix is only made with his energy. He's the prime. He's the Neo. Neo means the one, or the original one that they used to code the matrix. They used his DNA to do it. So he automatically had a back door into the matrix. That's why I said, oh, these niggas wearing that symbol? Oh, they must be ready to worship us then. All we saying, man, just go and find out who the F you are. You know what I mean? So make sure y'all smash that like button, man. We about to get up out of here. I'm getting tired. I know JR tired. Man, y'all want to support this channel, you can start by clicking that like button.
Oh, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Man, please watch our videos all the way to the end. This definitely got some replay value. We putting all that ignorance, you know what I mean? We getting rid of all that ignorance out there. We trying to bring some type of balance, because it's either extreme on one side or extreme on the other side. So we trying to be the platform to bring neutrality, bring the you know what I mean, the balance, man. Not too much of this, not too little of that.
Right.
Somebody got to do it.
That's what we here for.
Somebody got to do it.
That's what we here for. Father's business at the end of the day.
Father's business at the end of the day. Yup. We just here to pass through on a quick John and be up out of here. We just came through as an alarm clock just to remind y'all niggas real
confirmation.
Quick. Yup, it's confirmation before we up out of here. For good! So, man, yeah, so y'all want to support, man, please smash that like button. We do accept donations, gift cards, Red Lobster gift cards.
Like Umar.
I'm about to hit it with it. Hold on.
Donations. 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 Gifts. 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 More gifts. More.
That nigga reached in the back seat talking about some more gifts.
You know what I mean?
More gifts.
Or you could just simply buy something from one of our shops, man. Links are pinned to the top. Y'all know we got the best high quality CBD on the market. You got CBD in all forms: vapes, gummies, oils, balms, lotions, soaps, smokables, CBD cigarettes, pre-rolls, herbal cigarettes. Man, we got everything on there, man. 9-day CBD hub is grown without any chemicals, no pesticides, no chemicals, none of that. Highly medicinal, grown in season, grown outside, grown in sunlight, getting that information from the sun, not those synthetic lights. You know what I'm saying? So this is highly medicinal side of cannabis. This is the mel plant, CBD, hemp, 100% legal. Of course, according to the FDA, we can't say cure or treat anything, but anecdotal. If you go read the reviews, you will see our CBD has been helping a lot of people. You know what I mean? It's been helping people with serious health problems, helping people with have just got finished getting serious surgeries, very painful. It's been helping them with that type of stuff, helping people quit smoking regular cigarettes, helping people with insomnia, anxiety, aches and pains, inflammation. Our cool mint peppermint CBD cigarettes, the cool mint sticks, them Jones help when you got any type of cold or anything. It helps get mucus out because that organic fresh peppermint mixed with that CBD.
Linda
CBD
Walker
is an
said, "You
anti.
upset with me, Isaiah?" Nah, I ain't upset with
Who?
nobody. Linda Walker said, "You upset with me, Isaiah?"
Oh nah.
Anybody ever say you
Nah,
ain't
you
upset with
good.
no one?
Oh nah, you good. We ain't upset with nobody. Nah, we good. Everybody good. You good.
You good.
Hold on, I gotta hit him with hold on. Yeah, we all good. Hold on. I gotta hit you with I can find him, mother. No, not that one. This it? Yeah.
I ain't eating. You ain't eating. What you mean you ain't eating? You ain't making this paper, man? Everybody eats, B.
Everybody eats.
Everybody eats, B. Good.
Everybody eats, B. Yep. Yeah, because the CBD is medicinal, so of course.
Yeah.
CBD
is medicinal, so. All of our products back in stock. Y'all.
We all stocked up. We back stocked up. So hit the stove.
Hit the stove.
Cause we back stocked up.
Stocked up.
I know, right? We love it.
We live.
I know, right?
Y'all all know that we live.
We live.
We live. Make sure y'all get y'all Z-Tox.
Yes, indeed.
Y'all see we working like machines over here.
Yes, indeed. Shit, come over here.
Thanks to the Z-Tox. Yep. Thanks to the Z-Tox. Thanks to the CBD. I mean, thanks to the organic coffee. And
I know, right?
Z-Tox. The Z-Tox, man. And the Z-Tox, man. Make sure y'all go check out the video we did on our hip hop channel earlier too.
Yeah, for the hip hop heads here, go check that out. Hip hop culture today. Hit us. You know what I mean? Go subscribe over there as well. That hip hop culture. It said Genesis, every moving thing liveth shall be meat for you, even as the green herb. Have given you all things.
Yeah,
you know that meat. Things. You know that meat represents the knowledge. Every moving thing that liveth shall be meat for you. Mean knowledge.
Yeah.
The nature of things is knowledge for you.
That's why
so that's for you to observe that nature.
That's why we use cliche phrases like food for thought.
Food for thought. Or in the scripture they say
you are what you eat. Food for thought.
Food. And talks about being babes in Christ, being on milk, but then
these are mindsets.
But then getting meat becoming basically like the level up, like when you level up, because when you become babes in Christ, you on milk. That means you on, you know, everything that's the beginning stages. But then you start, you know, observing the meat part of it, which is understanding. So
That's
milk
why we got
represents
cliche.
Yeah,
Keep the meat and throw away the
bones. Yeah, the milk represents the beginning, like basically the learning process is meat. Meat is when you start getting to the understanding.
Only fools throw away the bone.
What say?
Only fools throw away the bone, though. See, niggas twisting ancient knowledge. Keep the meat and throw away the bones, but the bones got lots of minerals that you need in it. You boil those bones and you make broth. You don't throw those damn bones away. And then when you're done with those bones, you know what I mean? Some of them bones you make tools out of, and some of them bones you could grind into powder.
Yeah.
And use that as an exfoliant for your skin, and you could use it to eat to get minerals, like supplements. Talking about some throw away the bone. Keep the meat, you know what I mean? Nah, it's some wisdom in those bones. It's still some melanin deposit in those bones. Our ancestors used to use the whole animal, nose to tail.
Yep.
Nothing went to waste. They ain't even have nothing to bury. With the animal, they ain't have nothing to bury. They use every part of the animal. They use the fur, they use the teeth, they use the bones to make tools. You know what I mean? They use the bones to make broths and soups. You know what I mean? They ate a lot of the organ meats raw. They made a lot of the muscle meat into jerky. Niggas walking around talking about they vegan and they putting fruits and vegetables on the altar for their ancestors. And some of them niggas was mighty hunters.
Yeah. So when it says yeah, because First Corinthians 3 verse 2, it says I fed you milk, not meat, for you were not able to receive it, even though you still not ready. So it's talking about the knowledge. You ain't ready. Some people are still on milk, which is religion and stuff like that. Meat is when you get into the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Into the knowledge of self. When you understand the nature. You know what I'm saying? When you understand
and the concepts behind not just the surface Noah's Ark and Noah built the boat and put a bunch of animals on it, not surface level stuff. You understand the concept of preserving something,
right?
Or a remnant being left over after a destruction or after a cleansing. You can look, and then you can look at it from different perceptions. The flood either could be a cleansing or it could be a disaster.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It depends on what perception you're looking at it from. Shit, man, we gonna lead them with that, man. If y'all really rocking with us, man, y'all going, yeah, I mean, y'all know what to do. Like the video.
Yeah, make sure
share
y'all
it.
Up this video, share
it. I mean, let everybody know we here, man. Y'all want to know some truth. Y'all want to know some mysteries that a lot of people don't cover. A lot of people don't talk about, or they talk about it, but not in a perspective of how we able to put it in layman's terms and actually put it in certain day-to-day concepts. Breaking down cosmic shit into day-to-day concepts. That's metaphysics that the common man can understand. So, and that's what we do, man. So make sure y'all smash that like button. Check out our shops, nightanddaynetmarket.com or nightanddayscbdhub.com. You know what I mean? Replay this video back. Definitely got some replay value. Get your notebooks if you deep into your, you know what I mean, your journey. Get your notebooks. Take some notes. You know what I mean? Reflect. listen to what we telling y'all because it's working for us. We not just talking shit. Y'all see we not just sitting on our asses and just talking. We actually out here doing the work. We out here creating communities. We out here using the metaphysics to build our businesses, multiple businesses. We've been successful thus far. It's working because we following a rhythm of nature. Shit.
Yeah.
And we're gonna leave it right there, man. Follow the rhythm of nature, man.
All right.
In case I don't see ya. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Hey, Redman is in the building. Funk Dr. Spot is in the building. Hey, I got a PSA announcement for everybody out there. If you got pain, you suffer from anxiety, go get your CBD smokes, CBD gummies, and CBD oils at nightanddaycbdhub.com.
What's up, family? It's Isiah Curry. You been looking raggedy lately? Cause you having trouble finding the right products for your beautiful melanated bodies? Skin so ashy you look albino? Head so dry and nappy you can start a fire with it?
That's the last time somebody comes in here.
Well, look no further, family, because we got you covered over here at Night and Day Shopping Network. We team up with other black entrepreneurs to bring you the best self-care products for us melanated brothers and sisters. And don't feel left out, white people. You can use them too. All the products are all natural and chemical free. We got some raw shea and cocoa butters, body washes, coconut hair conditioners, yucca root shampoo, gift boxes, and gel and oil for your hair locks. All from black-owned companies. It's way better than that crap from Walmart and the dollar store. Shit. So click the link in the description box below and go get you some at Night and Day.